everyone, welcome to Anime Amigos.
What up, you crazy motherfuckers? We're back!
Oh, hey there! Didn't see you come in.
Oh my!
Oh my!
This is my living hell. I am Calvin, and I was the Pokemon punk. I don't know what I am anymore.
The simp for Morgana.
Oh god, is he already going through a midlife crisis?
Oh, already? He's about 60 now, isn't he?
Second midlife crisis.
Excuse me? He's 58.
Respect
And
your
a half.
elders, please.
Introduce yourselves, assholes.
Hello, I'm Reece the Gundam Guru.
I'm Ren the JoJo Genius.
I'm Elliot the Vanguard Vagrant, and welcome back to the Anime Amigos, the one show to go 5 seasons without a beach episode.
Hey!
Wait until season 7!
The back half episode is when we get to Japan.
Yeah.
Yep.
If we actually have the budget for it.
Oh, and for the record, Ren, you are not allowed to make the joke you're thinking about making because some people won't have watched our Ghost of Tsushima stream.
Oh, there will be plentiful. It will be plentiful.
The Ghost of Tsushima stream people will know what we're up to.
What goes
yeah.
to Tsushima stream? Actually, we're just streaming tonight, so watch that as well.
Personified Strikers tonight.
Hell yeah.
Well, Cal gets to suffer some more by his Morgana jokes.
And everyone gets to suffer by my constant simping over Yusuke.
Okay, before I lose my mind over a joke that I had lost complete control over years ago.
You'd have had control of it in the first place.
Yeah, you willingly subject yourself to this.
What do you? Screw you.
Just Cal with a sub fetish.
I hate you.
I love you too.
Do you know what was amazing? I made a massive faux pas because we were talking about Keir Starmer on stream, and I accidentally called him Kink Starmer.
Oh, good God.
Because they were saying no kink shame, and I was like, look, well, Kink Starmer, Keir Starmer, Kink Starmer. And now I realise if I ever end up, because I've started to build up some through Red, I'm building up connections with the Labour Party. I thought, if he ever sees my streams, I'm screwed.
Well, I mean, I'd be more impressed if he actually decided to think that we would be valuable
Well,
enough to watch.
But moving on, we decided.
Yes, I like to stream. Where is the man butt?
At least take some
That's
notes
it.
from my
That's
manifesto.
going. I was about to make a joke. That's going in the manifesto.
More man butt.
Yeah.
Now, before we lose all our viewers, we decided.
You say that like we have any.
We decided since the thing we wanted to do at the end is not as long as anime fights, which we swore after last year we would never ever do again because we want to all be friends by the end of it.
Too much
As I
division.
said, I hate anime fights. I hate that we fight.
But since it was shorter, we decided let's combine it with something else, and we thought let's do something we've talked about doing for ages, but we've never got around to doing it, and talk about what our favorite anime is. And
Yes, it's the 5th season as well. I feel like
at the
it's...
start of the start of the 5th season, and we didn't have we normally start with a film review, but obviously films aren't really a thing right now. And we're gonna. But I reckon we'll be starting. I reckon with the way things are going, we'll be starting season 6 with a film.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Demon Slayer film?
well,
Fingers crossed?
Yeah, hopefully soon.
well, it's speaking of news on that one. Demon Slayer is going to be shown in Florida
Yeah.
briefly because they're aiming for an Oscar nomination.
The main thing I'm happy about, we're getting a 2nd season of it, boys!
Yeah,
Woo!
of course
Do you know what I
announced
think though?
it
It's
very quickly.
I'm going to put a prediction in now. Demon Slayer's not getting the nomination at the Oscars. I will put money on it.
Yeah.
Because Funimation will not do a good enough for your consideration campaign.
To be fair, Boss Baby 2 is also being released as well, and that pushed out your name, I believe, in the year.
The first one did. Yeah, no, but that was because...
Actually, and let your name, I pushed out Silent Voice.
I want to point... it's that was because that studio can do a very good for your consideration campaign. That's how these things work. But
AKA money.
yeah, no, it is.
But as we always say, it's our opinions that matter the most.
Yes.
Fuck the Oscars. All that matters is the Amigos Oscars.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So on that note, so the anime we're going to talk about are for Reece it's Gurren Lagann, for Elliot it's Seraph of the End,
I will not apologise for that.
for Ren it's Hunter x Hunter, and for me it's Eureka 7, and we don't know how much spoilers we're going to go into. Especially we're going to try and avoid most of them Gurren Lagann because Elliot hasn't seen it. But each one is of our own discretion. They won't be labelled as such, so we'll just say during it spoilers. There's a bunch of time cards in the description. If you don't want spoilers of any sort whatsoever, skip ahead.
And actually, if you don't want to see us gushing over our anime and badly explaining why I really like it, just skip to Anime Mastermind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with Reece.
Yes.
Gurren Lagan.
Where to begin?
Well,
Such an amazing anime.
why don't you start with a small plot synopsis for it?
Well, if I do that just spoils everything.
So, I would say the way I would start with Gurren Lagan, if I was to do a plot synopsis, is it's basically about a rebellion of people that are living underground against beastmen masters of the surface.
But that's still spoilers, because why the underground, why the beastmen?
Exactly.
Hey, that is stealing from Seraph at the end. Just replace the Beastmen with vampires.
But I must be honest, I watched Gurren Lagann for the first time in 2017. 2017 or 2018, I can't remember which one, but I did watch for the first time in research.
And you consider yourself an anime reviewer?
10 years! That's one of the best mecha anime of all time.
You forgot, I haven't seen it yet either.
Ali, but you haven't written a book about it called The Nerd Consultant's Guide to Anime.
Yeah, and plus, I did only start watching like literally 3 years before we started.
Can I say though, Gurren Lagann, I didn't put it in my top 15 in the book, but it would be in my top 20, definitely.
Yeah.
It would definitely if I extended it out, but if I did that, it would have been too long a segment.
Yeah.
So, Reece, what is it that makes you really like about, you really don't want to go into spoilers, but what do you really like about Gurren Lagann, and why is it your favourite?
Well, it's basically took everything that Evangelion did, but maxed out. So it's got amazing symbolism that a lot of people don't even realise when they first watch it. They think, oh, giant robots, cool animation, sick.
Yeah.
But literally it's so much deeper than that. It asks more philosophical questions than even Eva did.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
And this, I'm gonna say, I agree with you on this one. This is coming from someone who self-confessed does not like Eva.
Yeah.
I even go into, but that being said, I stated a case when I did review Eva as part of my book. I stated a case for why Eva's quite good in some regards, and what the people that like it get out of it. So I didn't want it to be, because I thought I cannot be wholly negative about this show.
Yeah.
So, is there any? What is it? But it's saying Gurren Lagann. It's endlessly quotable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I still say half the time, yours is the drill that will pierce the heavens.
Don't believe in yourself. Believe in the me that believes in you.
Yeah.
That's a great line.
And then that even changes partway through the series.
Wait, does that?
Yep.
What does it change? What does it change to?
Don't believe in me. Believe in the you that believes in yourself.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. I told that to a friend, and my friend. I gave that line to my friend once, and he was like, "Is that from anime?" I was like, "Yes, it's from anime."
And
No,
then
that's
it instantly
the
got wet.
It worked though. It worked.
Let's be honest, pretty much every philosophical quote we do is from an anime.
Yeah.
Incidentally, I think the interesting thing is, out of all three of ours, I think mine is the only one that doesn't have one of the three B's of anime.
But
No,
Boobs.
not exactly. A beach.
Beat bestiality.
No, not that. A beach house, a bath, a beach. I would say every anime usually has a beach house episode, a bathhouse episode, or a
Basketball episodes.
It has
a baseball episode.
No, Seraph at the end doesn't.
I thought it had a bathhouse episode.
No.
Oh no, there's just tons of gratuitous nudity in it.
No, I don't even notice that. There's only like one scene.
I don't think there's a beach. Oh, there may well be.
I'm certain there's a beach episode.
I'm
of Hunter x
rewatching it
Hunter.
now, so
I
at
feel
some point
considering the. Sorry, one sec. Putting my phone on. Doing that stuff. Considering the massive length and the number of episodes in Hunter x Hunter, I would imagine there would be.
Yeah,
If Cardfight Vanguard can put a beach episode in literally every season. Well, nearly everyone. There wasn't one in the remake.
Yeah.
I'm very certain that Hunter x Hunter has at least one.
it's the bathhouse episode in Gurren Lagann, isn't it? And the beach
Yep.
episode.
Yep. Multiple beach episodes.
Which one was your favourite out of a lot of them?
Oh, it's got to be the bathhouse episode.
Yeah, that's mental. That episode.
Literally with Kamina. He is the ultimate man.
Yes. I think Kamina's one of my favourite characters in anime. Yeah.
Oh, massively, yeah.
And
It's such a good misdirect because you go into the series thinking he's going to be the focus.
then it turns out no, he's not.
Yeah.
Simone is the focus.
Yep.
It's Simone.
And
also,
thank you for not using the awful dub of Simon. Because that ruins it.
Oh god.
no, I will say the dub I got, he is called Simone.
Really? What, with Carl Bear?
I think it is. I'm certain in the dub I got, he I did watch it in dub.
Yeah.
You
need to watch it in sub. It's so much better.
I have watched quite a bit of it in sub as well.
Usopp's voice actor is in the sub weirdly. I think he voices the guy with yellow hair.
Oh,
Mohawk.
Kinky Tan.
No, it is Usopp's that voice actor.
Because I heard, I was like, I know that voice.
Is Dio in it? Because Dio's in everything.
He's in Hunter x Hunter.
I know he's in Hunter x
I'm
Hunter.
not sure he's in Gurren Lagann.
He probably isn't. No, I didn't recognise
He's
his
not
voice.
in Eureka 7,
Well,
I can tell you that much.
It's just funny how Jojo and Dio's voice actors seem to be in literally
Everything.
everything. Like, Dio is technically the antagonist of Skate the Infinity is Dio. Just a much more gay version of him.
Yeah, he's also the villain for Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.
Oh yeah, he
Oh
is.
no!
Wait, really? Like Sartorius, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought so.
Is it? He's not in Gurren Lagann, unfortunately.
No,
but
unfortunately.
I will say another thing about Gurren Lagann. It has probably one of my favourite ships in anime.
Yeah. Well, which ship?
I'm not going to spoil it because it's it involves some massive spoilers to get to why it's so good.
Yeah.
But I will say it's also the subject of one of my favourite AMVs as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did one for that couple to the song "Lost in Space" by Avantasia.
Oh.
I will say about Gurren Lagann is I think one of the things that kind of rubs me a bit the wrong way is basically what Elliot did with that lamp.
I'll move away from it
Kinky.
before we end up getting a Final Destination.
The ending's a bit bittersweet, would you say?
Yeah, but that's the point.
Yeah, I know it's the point, but again, I'm kind of it's like I know this was inevitable, but I think that's a sign of a good writing. If you know it's inevitable, you don't really like it, but you go, no, that had to be that way.
Yeah, because there was the option to bring back a certain someone.
Yeah, and they didn't take it.
And
And I think the way they handled it as well is phenomenal. Also, another one I like, I don't know if you're going to bring this up, but the soundtrack.
Oh my god, the soundtrack. I literally have about 2 pages worth of notes on the OP alone.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the soundtrack of pretty much every Trigger anime is really good.
Yeah.
Actually, quick question: was this the first one done by Trigger or not?
No, this is still Gainax.
This is
First trigger was Kill the Kill.
Yeah, this is. But I even wrote down that I thought this is the transition point. This is Gainax becoming Trigger. Pretty much everyone that worked in Gurren Lagann left to form Trigger.
Yep, it does.
And that's why Gurren Lagann might as well be the first Trigger anime.
Yeah, because it's just so balls to the wall. It has also one of the most complex villains in anime that many people don't even realise.
Yeah.
Until they dig into the subtext.
Oh yeah, no, and again, I want to go into the subtext, but we wanted to.
Oh, I want to go into subtext so much.
You need to watch it, Elliot. It's so bad.
Yeah,
literally, you can have my Blu-ray right there and watch it.
Okay, yeah.
Ren.
Actually, I'll probably wait a little bit. My brother currently has a PS4 up in Liverpool. Which if you're watching this, damn you, Callum!
Okay, first three episodes that we do this year, Elliot gets Gurren Lagann.
Yeah,
excellent show.
I'm promising that, and I guarantee by the time we get back, he'll say 3 episodes is not enough. I've got to watch this whole thing. And do you know what's amazing? We were chatting beforehand about this. There's a big plot twist quite early on, like before you get to even episode 10.
Yep.
And I somehow avoided it.
I do not know how you avoided it.
Because
that's the most unbelievable thing in your anime career. You avoided that spoiler.
I knew about it when I watched
yes,
it.
and
I cried when that happened.
Yeah.
I was in bits. Yeah, but
everyone was.
But the fact is, I remember I said it to Red at the time because I was thinking I'm working on Gurren Lagann a bit at the minute. I say I could not believe that. How did you avoid that?
You who spend so much time on social media talking about anime somehow avoided one of the biggest anime spoilers in history.
Do you know what's amazing though? I was always kind of put off a little bit by Gurren Lagann.
Really?
Yeah, I was kind of always. Everyone was kind of saying to me, "Oh, it's absolutely insane. It's balls to the walls mental." I was kind of like, I'm not sure I'm really in the mood for that right now. And that's I thought, grow up. But then I just said, no, I can't ignore it anymore. I have to watch this.
Yeah.
And I think I binged it in about a week.
But literally, the people who just see fast-paced, high-octane mecha anime are missing the point.
Completely.
Yeah.
I love we haven't talked about the mecha designs. The mecha designs are
so unique.
Yeah, absolutely.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Yeah.
Yeah.
would you say these are your favourite mecha designs ever, or is
Oh yeah, because compared to something like Gundam, where it's just realistic, compared to Gurren Lagann, where it's literally faces with legs.
I mean, even comparing it to my favourite, which is just mecha on surfboards.
Yeah.
Which works in the context of the
It
show.
That
does,
sounds
yeah.
great. I'm not gonna lie.
It is. Yeah, I would definitely recommend Eureka 7.
We'll get to that one when we get to my one, because I don't want to dive into this one. But I must be honest, I would agree with you. I think the mecha designs are so unique in that one.
Yeah.
Can I say another controversial one?
Sure.
I don't like the mecha designs in Evangelion.
Well, it's because they're supposed to be alien and monstrous.
I know, but they just look like it's a bit some sort of.
They look like beetles.
Yeah, but again, they don't really have the context for why they look like that. Like, I'll give you a prime example of why context matters. You ever see the Ghibli film Nausicaa: The Valley of the Wind?
Yep.
I haven't, sadly.
Oh, it's so good, Ren.
I know. I've been
Yeah,
told.
but anyway, the thing about that one is Nausicaa: The Valley of the Wind takes place in an apocalypse, in a post-apocalypse world where humanity's sort of getting back to normal, but there's still Last of Us type spores going around everywhere. And the thing is, birds have vanished from this world, and there's only big bugs everywhere. So as a result, when they're redesigning planes, they don't have birds as inspiration, so they kind of look. So all the aircraft look like bugs.
Wait, that was
Yeah.
in the Ghibli film?
Yeah, so they all got bug wings.
So they all got bug wings and
Yeah.
bug-like designs because that's the only inspiration they've had for it. That's not just weird for the sake of weird. There's actual context for why it's like that.
And also the robots in it also are inspiration for K2SO from Rogue One.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you know, K2. Yeah, I think there was also it was a combination of that and Castle in the Sky.
Yeah.
In fact, Castle in the Sky, especially in the arm length of
Yeah.
those robots. In fact, Castle in the Sky is also another. It's actually a post-apocalypse.
Yeah.
Although you would never believe, I actually only told that one. I didn't actually quite realise it was because the world's way too reformed for this to be a post-apocalypse.
Well, technically going to Gurren Lagann, it's a universal apocalypse.
Yes,
story.
completely. It's a mass and.
I want to get into spoilers so
I
badly.
know.
But I don't want to spoil it for Elliot. But I will say, without going to spoilers, I really like the villains in Gurren Lagann. Like they have real personality, and
And you can see where they're coming from.
yeah, like
Especially with the corruption.
it's very hard to do villains like that and make them work. It's like, no, I really don't see where you're coming from. This is a dumb idea.
Yeah.
I'm glad also the villain, one of the villains wasn't abandoned, at the point, but because later on the insight that character brought was genuinely interesting.
I'll tell you one character we haven't talked about who is a large part of it and introduced early, so we wouldn't be spoiling her. Is Yoko.
Yes.
She's one of the most iconic female characters in anime.
Yeah, massively. And she's also an audience standing in the first episode.
Yeah, exactly. And
Because the way she reacts to everything that Simon and Kamina are doing.
like
It's Lagan! Yoko's like, what?
I like the fact with Yoko as well. They kind of a lot of her design kind of went beyond it. I mean, I don't know if Food Wars was written before or after it, but that character looks it's so designed based on Yoko.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Food Wars started. Was it 2012 or 2013? I remember it was like quite a few years ago.
And Gurren Lagann's like
2007.
2007, yeah. Oh god, it's really that.
Told you.
It's weird. I think of that as being a 2010s anime. I don't think
I'll
that.
be honest. I honestly thought it was like 2012 or something when it first came out, and it's like it is really it was a really ahead of its time.
Because I remember a load of people saying anime of the decade, and I was like, well, why is no one talking about Gurren Lagann?
Yeah.
And now I realise, it's 2007.
It was 3 years early.
It was very much ahead of its time.
Oh, massively, especially with the animation techniques.
100%.
I mean, I love the character design. I love the animation in it. The action scenes all work very well. It's so, but there is one thing we have to agree though. It is so insane.
Oh, massively.
In a good way, but it's insane.
Yeah, because let's just say towards the end of season 2, they bring in beings that cannot be fathomed in our dimensions.
And one of the things I like about it's kind of Lovecraftian in that sense.
It is, yeah.
But one of the things I really, really love about
I was just going to ask. Sorry, finish your point.
Gurren Lagann is I think the character design is so unique. You would look at these characters and just go, I'm not going to mistake these for any other character, for any other anime.
I mean, just look at the character design with Trigger, it almost gives you a feeling of pretty much every Trigger character was somehow came from Gurren Lagann.
Yeah.
Because like, we look at a lot of the Trigger anime, they all look like all of them feel separate, feel like their own individual identity, but they all feel like somehow the character designs just connect back to that anime.
You could definitely see them all existing in the same world.
Yeah,
Definitely.
And Simone is a brilliant protagonist. I didn't think I was going to like him when I first started watching it, but I proper liked him.
Yeah, because one of my favourite parallels, slight spoilers, at the very start of the series, he's digging in the dirt. He digs down and to the left, away from everyone else. But in the last shot of the epilogue, we see something go up into space, up and to the right, to do the parallel.
What? No way.
Which is
cool.
a great, and I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I literally can't say anymore because it's spoilers.
Yes, but trust me, Gurren Lagann is a must-watch, I'd say.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen any of the movies, because explain a little bit about that.
The movies are compilations with a few added scenes.
So summing up the original series plot?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
So condensing it a
So
lot.
it's a bit like the first Death Note OVA. They kind of add some things, most notably probably one of my favourite scenes in the entire show, which is Light laughing over Elle's grave.
Yeah.
I think, but I would say, correct me if you think I'm wrong on this one, I think the movies are not the best way to watch Gurren Lagann. I think the best way to watch it is the series. I don't think the added scenes add much to it.
Yeah, because the major thing they changed in the second film is they changed the ending boss battle.
Oh, really? Yeah,
That's such a dumb decision.
Yeah.
The final boss of Gurren Lagann, speaking in video game terms, is perfect. Thematically, narratively, design-wise, everything about it is perfect. There's so many reasons why they practically recycled half of it or a large part of it for Promare.
Yeah.
Like, Promare, honestly, remember we were talking about Promare, one of the things I didn't mention is the moment with the drill.
Yes.
The biggest...
Yeah.
When I went to see that in Edinburgh, it was the biggest pop from the audience.
Yeah.
I think that just shows how much Gurren Lagann means to people. Yeah. And Promare is directed by the same person who did Gurren Lagann, and he was there.
Yeah.
He was there. I nearly met him, but there was such a massive queue for him that I just said, I've got to go back to my hotel because I'm an hour's walk from my hotel.
Yeah. Yeah, but literally also with Gurren Lagann, we have to say, it's one of the most accurate depictions of depression.
Yeah, I agree.
Really? Even more than like Marsh Comes in Like a Lion?
Yeah.
I would say, yeah. I'd say it would be a good double feature between March and Gurren Lagann.
Yeah.
I'd say a few episodes in particular, but again, I don't want to go into spoilers.
Yeah. Oh, I need to go into spoilers.
So, if you
Samuel Elliot watched the series.
Okay, so before
maybe we could have a post discussion.
Just to go back too quickly, just the movie with like them changing the final boss. Does that make a massive impact?
No.
Okay. Because when you were talking about that, it reminded me a bit of the ending of Death Note, which, like, I much prefer the ending to the manga. I thought the ending in the anime was pretty good, but I much prefer the ending to the manga because in the anime, it kind of like when Light ends up, spoiler alert, for a.
Well, you just spoiled the grave.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I might as well. With like when Light dies at the end, in the anime, it kind of shows him like almost as a fallen god, like with the light going on him and everything. In the manga, it's more of a symbol of how far
he's fallen.
Because in the manga, Light asks Ryuk to write the name of everyone in the room so that he can win. Basically saying, "I'll give you more entertainment." And Ryuk just like, "No, you've lost. I'm writing your name in." And he just like in the anime, he dies peacefully, like silent, just like almost like he's accepted his fate. In the manga, he's screaming that he doesn't want to die. He's just going, "No, I don't want to die. I don't want to die." To the point where his last words are literally just him saying, "Damn it," and then just.
Nice. Basically Ryuk gives the equivalent of "bitch, please."
Yeah. Hence why I think I prefer the manga to the anime. It's definitely not to say the anime is bad. It's brilliant.
So in a similar sense, it's the same outcome but with different events.
Yeah, it's the same outcome, just it portrays a different thing.
I'll tell you what, we will do a spoiler talk on Gurren Lagann after Elliot's watched it.
Yeah.
So, moving on. So if you're at this point, we're doing...
Also, one last thing. Yoko, stop kissing people.
Exactly.
The one message from that series.
Just like, Joko, seriously, you can't fancy all of them.
Yeah.
Pick one and stick with... Well, she does it, sort of.
Yeah.
They never really said exactly what happened with that.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. If you got to the end... Seraph at the end. If you got to the end of this and you're worried about Gurren Lagann spoilers, you can kind of go back and watch it because we don't really spoil it. Yeah. So, Seraph at the end. Elliot, what was your first time watching Seraph at the end like?
Well, I first watched it like not long before I joined Anime Amigos, like around 2016 or something. And like the first time I watched it, I binged like both seasons in 2 days. I kind of already knew. I'd already like read the first volume of the manga before watching the anime, and then when I like heard there was an anime, I was just like, oh, I'll just watch this. And as I said, I just binged it in like 2 days. I just absolutely loved the show.
Just checking. Reece, have you watched Seraph at the end?
I've seen some of it, not all of it.
You haven't watched it at all. So I'm probably the only other authority on this one.
Yeah.
Because I have watched the entire thing.
I'll try to avoid like the major spoiler. Some of the major spoilers. I'll go into like the early ones.
Except the early ones because they're spoiled by the OP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I say though, XU is probably a brilliant OP.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I will say though, going back to Gurren Lagann in a second, that is. I actually said I think that's the strongest OP of the four of us.
Yeah. It's one of the best OPs of all time.
And I'm
Says Hunter x Hunter though.
Yeah,
I will say, Hunter x Hunter has one of my favourite EDs of all time, the first ED.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's really good.
The first two EDs are grand.
Yeah.
Let's talk Seraph at the end though. I also started by going into the manga first and then watched the anime. Although I did about 3 volumes before I did the anime. My thought is, what are your thoughts on the whole people's do the inevitable comparisons with Attack on Titan? Attack on Titan's the anime I always see it compared with.
I'll be honest, I don't really see I don't really understand the comparison. It is very, very different from Attack on Titan. Like it's not like oh, just take the Titans and replace them with vampires. That's not all what it's not all like that. Because in Attack on Titan, the Titans are clearly the villains. They're clearly portrayed as that. In Seraph at the end, the vampires are at first portrayed as the villains, but down the line, it kind of becomes more blurry. It's almost like it's almost like Tokyo Ghoul or pre-re Tokyo Ghoul, like where both sides are mostly out for themselves. It's kind of more implied vampires are kind of the antagonists, but actually I don't know. It's a very blurry line.
Well, the other difference is all of our mine and Reese's both had conclusions. Yeah. Yours did have a conclusion, but it was a to be continued that's never going to happen.
Yeah, it's a shame that we're never going to get a 3rd season.
Especially considering that they went anime only by the end, and I would have liked to have seen where they would have gone with this plot line.
Yeah. It's not too different, I would say. Now, this isn't a spoiler. The one difference, really, is a reveal of what the Seraph actually is.
Yeah, that's the big difference, and the manga's going in a completely different direction to the anime.
Yeah.
With it.
Is the manga ongoing? Sorry.
Yeah, the manga's still ongoing. It's coming out monthly on Shonen Jump. I know that much.
I mean, there's a chance it could come back. I mean, bearing in mind Bleach finished a few years ago. I don't think so. The 2nd season came out like 2016.
Oh. And it did not do well ratings wise. The manga sales did not go up the way they liked.
And the manga finished around, I believe, volume 10 of the manga, and we're currently on volume 19 of it, so...
I don't see it happening.
Yeah, it's a shame as well, because... it's a shame, because I really love this manga.
I like the idea... do you know what it is with Seraph at the end? I love the concept of it. I love the... we talked about post-apocalypses. This is a bit of a post-apocalypse.
Shall I explain the plot synopsis, actually?
Yeah, go to the plot synopsis, and then I'll explain why I like and don't like about it.
So, it focuses around an orphan called Yuichiro Hakura after the after essentially a deadly virus struck the world, which was said to have killed everyone who was over the age of, I believe, 12 or 13.
Wow, that's
COVID.
Yeah, I was about to say, wow, that is glad we're not
And
living
the
through something like that.
And the vampires attacked. All the orphans who were left were brought into underground cities where the vampires dwell, obviously, because... Actually, they can go in sunlight, never mind. So, where they basically... They're able to live in there with the vampires. The vampires take care of them. All they ask in exchange is, like, a bit of their blood every month. And at one point, I mean, a group of orphans, including Yuichi, the main two characters, Yuichiro and Mika, decide to escape the city. And Seraph at the end has one of my favorite first chapters because they try to escape. They have a plan and everything, only to learn that one of the vampires that Mika had been giving his blood directly from, so he could get extra perks. Knew about that all along. Noticed the map was missing and his gun and everything. And he kills every orphan aside from Yuichiro and Mika.
Fuck.
Though Mika is presumed dead at first. This isn't spoiled, by the way. It is spoiled in the in the OP that Mika's still alive. And Yuichiro flees the underground into the top to learn that it was completely what they said about the virus killing everyone who was under the age of 12 was completely or over the age of 12 was completely a lie, because as a matter of fact it killed 90% of the world instead. And so the human resistance finds him hearing a child was going to come out or something. It's a bit, I can't fully remember. And basically Yuichiro afterwards joins the anti-demon corps or whatever it's called to try and take out the vampires.
I will say one thing about the setting is they have these really interesting setting early on. They come up with this really interesting idea for a setting. I don't like the fact they kind of dropped it very quickly to be just another shonen high school.
No,
it works, but it does feel a bit less unique.
I mean, no, it doesn't really. The high school thing is kind of dropped very early on. The high school is mostly training place for the academy, and Yuichiro only really ends up going there because of he disobeyed orders. He disobeyed orders early on. And actually, I want to quickly talk about that. The characters in this show are really likable. I will admit, they are very generic. You of course get the person who just Yuichiro who just wants to kill demons. You get the genius who's also kind of an asshole, but opens up to the main characters eventually. The nervous one who's not very good at first but gets much better. Then there's Shinoa, the best character in the show, because she is just an absolute laugh. But actually the whole show in general is just very generic. But I kind of like genericness. It more depends on what they do with it, and they do really good, and I do really like what they do.
I like formula. I don't mind formulas. I love what you do with it. I don't mind if you do. It's I think it's still so obsessed with originality that they forget some of these tropes work very well. Yeah. You can still do something interesting. If you go, for example, My Hero Academia. It's not a very original concept. Let's be honest.
Sky High did it first.
Sky the point of it, but the way they've worked with it has been really good.
And if you want a very formulaic show that does a really good job, Reincarnated as a Slime. That is a very generic show, but I love what it does with it, and hence why it's my favorite isekai.
That's one of the things I think I've noticed about your taste. You do like quite formulaic stuff that works very well.
Yeah.
But that's not a knock against you, man. That's just I find that kind of interesting. But the thing I like about Seraph, there's a few things because I've been a bit negative, so I'll say a few things I like about it. I like the main cast. I think they did the right decision by putting most of the focus on the friendship between you and Michaela, who, again, not a spoiler, it's revealed he's still alive and a vampire.
Yeah, he was turned into a vampire by, I believe, the head vampire of that city.
Who looks like a goth version of Hatsune Miku.
How much is spoiled in this OP? I'm confused.
Honestly, just up to the third episode.
Oh, okay.
You learn about the Mika's still alive in the third episode.
Yeah, and it was also, even when I was reading the manga, I was like, okay, Michaela's going to be alive after all this. There's no way he's dead.
Yeah.
They put way too much emphasis on this. if nothing else, he's going to come back as some sort of ghost mentor for you. But
don't worry though, the rest of the orphans are dead.
do you think you is would you say you is very much like Eren Yeager, or because that's what I've heard? He's a lot of people say he's very much like Eren.
Kind of, though. I say he is at first because Eren's main goal throughout the entire of Attack on Titan is just to kill Titans. Eren's goal at first is to kill vampires, but after he learns that but after he learns that Mika is alive, his main focus is trying to find a cure for Mika's vampire.
And
the fact that there's a character called Mika and there's one called Mikasa in Attack on Titan.
It's one of the things though with a character that I don't like in Seraph at the end, who really infuriates me, and it infuriates me that Gurren,
yeah. The thing is, that's meant to be what he's like. He's kind of meant to be
a
more asshole version of Roy Mustang.
Yeah, I was going to say, at least Mustang had reasons behind what he did. It feels like Gurren just takes some pleasure in seeing them suffer.
I wouldn't go that far. You can genuinely tell he cares. Like, he does joke and bully Yuichiro a bit, but you can tell like he cares about him and the rest of the rest of his group. And I still think he's kind of a likable character.
I would prefer though if they went full villain with him.
Really, the reason why I do that is because his alignment is kind of mixed. Because, as I said, eventually the line kind of begins to blur and you see the humans do some bad things. And you know that Gurren is very loyal to humans. So it kind of mixes it up. It kind of plays it so you're not sure which side he's fully on, which I do like.
Animation's alright, I would say. I think the animation's pretty good.
Yeah, the animation's pretty good.
Fight scenes are pretty good. Monster design's pretty good.
Yeah, vampire characters are actually are very enjoyable.
Yeah, I was going to say, the villains are quite interesting, especially considering that they kind of go with that idea of vampire class structure.
Yeah.
Again, which I think is interesting that's the one monster type that we kind of go, this needs to have some sort of hierarchy structure.
Yeah. At the same time, though, like vampires are the more dignified when you think of like the monsters. If we're going for like universal monsters, vampires are much more the more dignified ones.
They're close. I think in that sense they're probably quite close to humans because it's the monstrous nature, but they also have like human standards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas I think with Attack on Titan, and I think the interesting thing about that one is with that one it's more who is a Titan.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not spoiling anything with that one because everyone knows about half the shit going on in Attack on Titan now.
Especially because season 4.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's watching season 4. Let's be honest.
I'm binging it when it's done.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm gonna binge it when it's done.
I'm still a bit behind. I'm still a bit behind on it. I'm not gonna say what bit I'm up to because
I'm not. You can't. You don't have to worry about spoiling for me. I have read a lot of the manga, so I'm ahead of the story. And the one thing is, the thing about it is, I don't dislike you by the end of it. I really don't like Eren at the point I'm at in Attack on Titan. It's just like, you can't claim he's the good guy when he's betrayed all of his ideals.
Yeah, that's the point. He's not supposed to be the good guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like in this one,
he's the focal character, not the moral. You know.
Yeah, like in the newest season, you can kind of tell like, oh no, he is transitioning to become the antagonist.
Yeah, because it's even shown in your end credits. Because they've moved his character and his voice actor away from the others.
Oh.
So he stands alone.
Right.
I feel like, though, I think I know what the ending of Attack on Titan is going to be, and I think I'm going to hate it. If my theory on what the end of Attack on Titan is correct...
Is the manga ongoing?
No, the manga's finished.
Oh, just finished. If my theory on what the end of Attack on Titan is correct, because I haven't seen it yet... I am going to lose my shit.
I mean, I'll be honest, with Attack on Titan, I always had a feeling, considering how massive the show is and how much people would love it, I was kind of sure that I was going to be disappointed by the ending. A lot like, I think a lot of people are still feeling with One Piece. It's been going on for so long and it has such a...
Don't come for One Piece. How fucking dare you.
No, I'm
1,000 more years.
No, I'm saying it's that's what a lot of other people are saying. They're thinking the show's been going on for so long, it's so beloved. A lot of people are probably gonna, they're probably worried that the ending is gonna be somewhat disappointing. I'm hoping it's not. I'm hoping it's more like a Naruto ending.
The ending is gonna be the friends we made along the way.
We all know it. I'm hoping it's more Naruto and less Bleach, because I know Naruto had a really good ending in my opinion. Bleach, I know, was kind of rushed.
Yeah,
What's your opinion on Naruto's ending?
I didn't like the whole prophesized, duel of the fates kind of thing. But I think overall it was all right. I just don't think we should have gone back to Boruto after that.
I think Naruto's ending, because I kind of skipped ahead to get the ending. I've kept up with the plot line, so I've not seen all of Naruto, but I'm aware of almost the entire plot.
Yeah.
That I thought it did all right. That ending. What would you say, Reece? Did you like the Naruto ending?
I did. It was just weird. It went double Star Wars.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that was the only way they really could have ended it.
Yeah, like I remember Satoshi Kishimoto even said like he didn't know how. He even said in an interview he didn't know how to kill Madara.
Yeah, exactly. And I think
so he didn't.
Yeah.
He made Madara into a woman.
Moving. No, they did still kill Madara. I think his sacrifice brought her out.
Yeah.
I think should we go with to sort of wrap up Seraph at the end, because I don't want to spend too long on this segment. I think it's a really good show. I would say Seraph at the End has a real success. Let's see if you agree with me on this one. In spite of its flaws.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I would say it's not a flawless show, but it's quite good
yeah,
in spite
like,
of its flaws.
The thing is, I was very kind of worried, a little stressed about talking about Seraph at the End being my favorite anime, because when I look back at it, I was just like, okay, why is Seraph at the End my favorite anime? And my first thought on it, as I thought about it, is I don't know, because I acknowledge we've seen better shows, like we've reviewed better shows on this, but I think what really makes me enjoy Seraph at the End the most is mostly the characters. I think the characters are really fun. Shinoa is one of my favorite females in anime. And ultimately I like the relationship. I just like how all of it works, and I really want it to continue and really want it to do really well. And I'm praying it doesn't go down the same route as Tokyo Ghoul did, because I was not a big fan of Reece.
I can see that. I could see that potentially happening, but I think they'll dodge the bullet.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I just wasn't a big fan of Reece. I do hope, I'm sure Seraph at the End is going to continue to be really good in my opinion.
I will say though, the designs do look a bit Tron-like in terms of the way the suits look
with
and
the
the
lights.
swords.
Oh, that's cool.
And the lights. But let's.
I just wanted to say on your point, not like you don't have to give a justifiable reason for why something's your favourite. I mean, some of my favourite shows are things like Bleach, which has definite flaws.
Yeah, I want to admit Seraph at the End just does have a lot of flaws, but
go for it.
it's just amazing. I just think it's a really good show.
It resonates with
It's
you.
kind of like it's like, while I do acknowledge Dark Souls 3 is a better game, Dark Souls 1 is my favorite for very personal reasons. So.
Well, we're talking about Dark.
And just because something has flaws doesn't mean it's not good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
you try to have a hard time doing it, but you could say there's flaws in Gurren Lagan. But
Yeah, there's not many.
There's not that many. You could say it's a little fast paced at times. Yeah. But that's all I can really think off the top of my head. Yeah. But again, I would say if the flaws don't feel like they matter to you and you still really want to love it, that's a sign of it doing something very important to you.
Yeah, definitely.
Hunter x Hunter, Ren. So.
A quick question: is this the original or the reboot?
This is the 2012.
Right.
Yeah, exactly, the good one.
Yeah. I just want to make sure before we start.
I actually haven't seen the original.
I have.
Oh really?
I've seen a few episodes of it. The reboot's way better.
Really?
In spite of the fact they're both doing virtually the same thing, the reboot does it way better.
Just quickly with Hunter x Hunter, there's a YouTuber called Super Eye Patch Wolf, who makes he's a really good YouTuber, by the way, if you haven't seen him. He does videos on a yearly roundup on the Shonen Jump magazine as a whole, and so far every year, with Hunter x Hunter, mostly with this one, he did, and now for the news article on what happened with Hunter x Hunter, it was just a wasteland with him crying in the background, just, why would you come back?
Hiatus.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what it's always called.
Yeah, I've not watched Hunter x Hunter, but I even know that means.
Yeah, seriously, it makes the manga writer for Berserk look like a very hard-working man.
Yeah.
I mean, all fairness, he is. Have we seen the artwork in Berserk? Fucking hell, that's great.
Have you just before we go any further? I've seen the Hunter. I've seen about 38 episodes of the Hunter x Hunter reboot.
I've seen about 5.
I've seen 3. I've really been meaning to go back to it.
I didn't realise everyone watched some. Fair enough.
I watched it.
So I would say in that sense, use your discretion. On...
Yeah, that's fine. I wasn't planning on going into.
Why would you say Hunter x Hunter is the one you really wanted to bring up for this episode? Because we all thought you were going to talk about JoJo again. Yeah,
I don't know. I think I've kind of done JoJo to death. I talk about it so often, but with Hunter x Hunter, it's one of those that I kind of don't really talk on much. So for me, it's like, so bit of context. I started watching it just before I came back from New Zealand. I was in New Zealand just before I came back and started doing Anime Amigos with you guys. So it's kind of like
really that's soon.
Yeah, really only a few years. It felt like 4 years ago.
Oh wow!
Well, time is meaningless. But
I 2016. No, 2017.
2017. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're about.
But yeah, for me, it has like the childlike wonder.
Whimsy.
Yeah, whimsy is a good word for it. That One Piece and things like have early on, and the art style is very reminiscent of that. But the more you watch the show, you kind of realise it's fucked up.
I do think they do a very good job balancing the fucked up with the whimsy.
Yeah,
and I think it's very hard to do that, but Hunter x Hunter kind of nails it.
Definitely.
I would say as well, I think Gon is one of the best designed shonen protagonists. Like he's got it's very similar to what I think Deku is. I think Deku's now beaten him in this regard, but I would have said Gon probably was one.
Well, yeah, because Deku stole his style.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you look at Gon,
who aims to get super buff.
Like when you look at Gon and Deku, they both have very shonen-like looks. Like it looks very much like they were inspired by Dragon Ball.
I did actually when I got shown Jump Force. One of the first fights I did was Deku versus Gon, and I was so disappointed they didn't have some sort of dialogue about. You stole my look.
Yeah.
I'm still very disappointed I'm very disappointed they did not add any Seraph at the end stuff into that game.
Yeah, why not Seraph at the end?
They're still updating.
Yeah, they are.
Like, didn't they add Promised Neverland stuff in?
They did.
Yeah,
yes.
they added Elizabeth, right?
Yeah, Elizabeth comes in. Yeah. Isabel, sorry.
Isabel, yeah, sorry. the caretaker.
Yeah, that's weird.
Well, she is shown to have fighting skills in the...
Yeah, but she's fighting against fucking Goku.
and
Frieza.
At the same time, we have Yugi.
Yeah.
We have fucking Yugi and Kaiba.
But they use magical cards.
I like, but...
Not just
but Goku getting beat the shit out of by holograms.
I want to point out, though, that being said... It does. Instead of talking about a shitty game,
which is now on Switch.
It's now on Switch.
Is it still bad?
It's still pretty bad. They have not fixed.
It's never going to be good.
Because the problem with they just added loads of characters. The problem with Jump Force wasn't a lack of characters or a lack of series representation. It was the mechanics were terrible.
Yep. The netcode was shit.
The netcoding was shit.
Which is odd as well because I remember like the gameplay is very much like the Ultimate Ninja Storm games, and those were really good.
But they didn't. Those games have way more consistent frame rates, way better battle mechanics. Yeah. They didn't bring any of that in. They just sort of relied on the character selection.
Yeah, and it's literally simplified in every way.
Yeah, and actually, I'd just like to note, pretty much every anime fighting game at the minute seems to be coming from Ultimate Ninja Storm, which I don't think makes sense. That game it makes sense to have that kind of combat style because it's Naruto, there's chakra and everything. With all the others, I really don't understand.
It's
it.
like
you got Dragon Ball Fighters.
Well, for example, Dissidia NT had that problem.
Yeah.
And that was so painful because I loved the Dissidia games. We're getting off topic.
Yes, we are.
But we're talking about like Hunter x Hunter really obviously means a bit too shonen because when they did Jump Force, they put in the initial roster they had like 4 or 5 characters from it in there.
I think it's had a tremendous impact, and it's like it's well known throughout anime. It's very iconic.
I'm pronouncing Killua correctly, aren't I?
Killua.
What would you say is more iconic to anime or manga?
Anime, because most of it's been done, and the only updates to the manga have really been like I think there's maybe been about 20 since the anime ended.
How many?
None in the last like 2 years.
How long do you reckon it's going to be till we get back to the anime?
I don't think at all, to be honest. I believe the reason for the hiatus is the health of the author. He also did Yu Yu Hakusho, but I don't think he's well enough.
Yeah, speaking of which, wasn't that supposed to be coming back?
Yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho is...
What?
Yeah.
It's getting a rebooted anime.
That's a reboot, yeah.
Wow, I wouldn't... Maybe that's to kind of drive the...
I would say, if they're going to do reboot Yu Yu Hakusho, I think they should... this time it should be anime only.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't see there's a reason to go back and do those stories again.
No.
Like we're going to talk about. I mean, we'll talk about Digimon Adventure down the line, but at least Digimon Adventure's reboot. There's a reason for that to exist because it's a different story.
Yeah.
So about some of the characters of them, I think with Gon again, like you can very easily fall into the trap of, and with Deku, he's a very moral character. Like if you look at the alignment,
he's very modest.
Yeah, if you look at the alignment chart, he'd be lawful good. I think Gon would be true neutral. Gon goes Gon goes where Gon wants, and he goes based on his wishes. His ultimate goal is to find his dad.
I was going to bring a thing in from Jump Force. Jump Force actually spoils one of his power-ups with his big finishing move.
Really?
Yeah. He transforms to the taller version with the long hair.
Yeah. At the same time, doesn't Jump Force ruin Naruto's 6 Sages form?
Probably.
It does, yes.
It ruins everything, Jump Force.
At the same time, I'm pretty sure everyone knew Naruto's 6.
I think the only reason it doesn't ruin My Hero Academia because it's brought in now 3 more characters from My Hero Academia.
Does it ruin Dio's Road Roller?
Yes, it does. It's fine.
Oh, God.
It does have him.
Road Roller.
Good God.
Again, that was one of the first fights. The first actual fight I did was Deku versus Dio.
Yeah. Brilliant.
And I had Deku team up with who did I team up with? I teamed up with Yuki and Blackbeard against Dio, Piccolo, and Zorro.
Outstanding. But it's not just the case with Gon.
Oh no, it's the other way around. I had Team Green. I had Deku, Gon, and Zorro versus Dio, Blackbeard, and Frieza.
Oh, fair enough.
So they get along.
Yeah, they may.
Poor tiny Frieza, about 3 foot tall.
Yeah, because Shonen Jump characters are defined by 2 colours, green and orange.
Oh yeah. But they do the kind of moral ambiguity thing with a lot of characters in Hunter x Hunter, including the villains. I'm currently rewatching it at the minute, and seeing it's not just one main villain; it's a cast of villains, and they always err on the side of they're likable, they're interesting, and you can kind of relate to them in a weird way. On the other hand, they carry out morally despicable acts that they have absolutely no way of defending. But you like them because they're well written.
Well, yeah.
I think the one. Can I say something against Hunter x Hunter? I think the arcs are a little too long.
They do go on very long, and that's one of the main criticisms with the later Chimera Ant arc, which I won't spoil. But I think a lot of people's expectation was, oh, cool, a new arc about these interesting creatures, and then it just drags.
Like apparently you've mentioned I get to that bit where he gets the message from his father, and that goes on for ages apparently.
Yes,
I'm behind him in the manga, so not for sure. But does One Piece at times take too long with the arcs? Because I know the Crocodile War was quite long.
Yeah, it took 1,000 chapters too long.
I said the arcs, not the series as a whole.
The longest arc was the Dressrosa arc for One Piece, which at the time occupied 1/3 of the entirety of One Piece and fairly
Are we
really?
talking
I believe so.
anime or manga?
Manga.
Okay, well, so how long does that take in the anime terms? Because
I hadn't seen it.
Because the reason why they stretch it out in the anime is because the manga was so ongoing and they were catching up to it. But what was there? So I'm wondering.
I stopped watching the anime at that point. Just the animation's quality just dropped.
It's gotten better as the
years.
I believe it's improved, but I think they just got lazy with it.
I will say though, Hunter x Hunter, the animation's great from the start.
Consistently as well, and it's 148 episodes, and honestly, all the way through, there are phenomenal sequences.
You mentioned
the general animation style.
Elliot, I agree with you completely. The DD done by Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is fantastic.
Yeah,
Is that the name of the band?
Yeah.
I could be wrong. Are those the same guys that did the OP to Parasite?
Yes, it's the exact same
I
band.
thought one of the few things I actually like about that show is the OP.
I love Parasite. I thought it was.
As I said, it's a very unpopular opinion. I'm not that big a fan of Parasite.
So
it feels like it's trying to do what Tokyo Ghoul did, but not as well.
I'm kind of in the middle with Parasite, my opinion of it. I don't know about Reece on his opinion of Parasite.
Well, I enjoyed it, yeah.
I really love
So
Parasite.
I think you're closer to Ren than me. I'm kind of in the middle because I'm kind of like, okay, I get what they're doing, but I'm not sure it's entirely.
I liked how it started, but as it went forward, I wasn't a fan.
Does anyone else think with Parasite it kind of just ends? It doesn't
I like
really
it.
have a conclusion.
I didn't see the ending.
Again,
I stopped after the politician came in.
I don't think anything else could have happened with the ending to that show. I think
And from what I've heard, that is the manga's ending as well.
it needed to recede like that. It didn't need, bombast. I think it just needed to kind of.
I do like the fact that I do kind of like. I must be honest. I kind of thought, do you know what? I think that character is in need of a break. Let's give him that ending.
Yeah.
I know this is pretty unrealistic in the tone we set, but let's go off tone for just leave everyone happy.
Yeah.
But I think there are so many good things about Hunter. I mean, not just the soundtrack, which is probably one of my, they do the long running anime thing of reusing some pieces of music because they kind of have to. But for me, some of those are like some of the most iconic and recognizable pieces. Even the OP, which and the OP and kind of recurrent theme throughout the show. There's only ever one OP, well technically two because they use two halves of the same song. But it's just so iconic to me. It's also used throughout the show and illustrates, I don't know, again, it's that very childlike view of the world, but then you come into clash with some of the very adult themes, violence and corruption. But I think, unlike other shonen anime, it kind of breaks from the formula of, this is being generalizing here, of it's all about the main fights, and it's all about, powering up to fight the next villain. That does happen, but a lot of it is, they realise, well, we can't fight the villain in this way, so we have to use non-aggressive or non-physical means, and so it's a lot about navigating the system.
Yeah, so it's more intelligent
fighting.
They come up with I like the fact the power system they come up with is not based on power levels.
It's kind of it's like a 5-way rock paper scissors with one outlier, but it's
our anime fights.
It sounds a bit like My Hero Academia in that bit of a way, because if you look at how Deku's training, it's not really about him gaining more power levels. It's more him trying to think of new innovative ways to use his power. For example, rather than going the All Might route with just using his fist all the time, he starts using his legs.
Exactly.
Which I think,
and it kind of has room for that variation in it. But the best comparison I would say is similar to Stan's in JoJo's, is because any of these powers can be incredibly unique, and yet inherently there's if they're using this style to use their power, then they must have a weakness, and so you can exploit it through using this style. So he based it off of game systems when he was writing it, but it's incredibly interesting and what's the word, and deep, to be honest. So
it's a bit of a buzzword, that one, but I think you're right to use it.
Seeing as we're still going on comparison, would you say My Hero was inspired at all by Hunter x Hunter or Hunter x Hunter?
Probably aesthetics-wise, yeah.
See, aesthetics-wise, maybe, but I think
because from what I hear, they both sound kind of similar.
They are, but I would say My Hero Academia takes more influence from Naruto, and even the author has freely admitted he took a lot of inspiration from Naruto, and more specific. Basically, one of the comparisons I heard was that My Hero Academia is basically like if Naruto was Naruto, but the main character was Rock Lee.
Yeah, Hunter x Hunter is more similar to One Piece, I'd say, and Naruto is more.
My Hero Academia is more similar to Naruto, but they are kind of like this new generation of shows.
Which I think is funny, because when I think of some show that was inspired by Naruto, I think of Black Clover.
Yeah, Black Clover I'd say way more wears it, but I think Black Clover wears it more on its sleeve, whereas My Hero Academia, it's a little more subtle in how it's. But if you really look, you can see. Oh yeah, I can see where the Naruto inspiration.
Yeah, I could get it.
I would say the better way I describe My Hero Academia is it's a way better paced and more interesting version of Boruto, in the sense of it's kind of like in the sense of the relationship. Another comparison I've heard from a brilliant YouTube channel you should check out is Overly Sarcastic Productions, but they basically said the relationship between All Might and what's
Deku?
Not Todoroki's dad.
Over what the fuck's his name?
Fire!
It's over something.
Redbeard. Overhaul.
No, it's not Overhaul. Overhaul's the guy with the mask.
Yeah, it's
Shoto's dad.
Yeah.
The relationship between those two is basically
Endeavour.
That's it. Thank you.
Which has nothing to do with fire.
No.
The relationship between All Might and Endeavour is basically what would happen if Naruto and Sasuke never got closure. And
that makes sense.
And that's kind of like, and Deku and Todoroki are the products of that.
Yeah.
Because again, Todoroki sort of wants to work out his daddy issues by beating Deku using only his mum's power.
It's just funny how when we talk about our favourite anime, even then we're talking about other ones.
Yeah, well, it's
at the same time, I guess it's just shonen as a whole.
It's the shonen bubble, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just want to talk a little bit about
Can we?
the world.
Just 1 minute because I'm really not going to have much time at all for my one.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. The world is basically hunters are these. You have to pass a hunter exam. So the first arc is them.
Not like Bloodborne.
Yeah, I remember like in episodes 1 and 2, they were just starting out going into the hunter exams.
It's the first couple of stages.
That arc went on a lot longer than I thought it was going to go on.
But I think it was necessary.
Which has nothing to do with the shooting exams.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also is not at all similar to Tower of God. So hunters are people who have license to go off and do all. They can pursue great
superheroes. They're basically superheroes.
Yeah, great works of art, music, or they get hunt thing. Yeah, literally.
They're basically a combination of Indiana Jones, Superman, and because of the art things, probably Lupin.
Yeah, but people seek the hunter status for different roles to go off and do different things effectively.
Or Monster Hunter, that's a comparison.
Yeah, Gon wants to find his dad, and his dad successfully passed the hunter's exam when he was the same age as Gon, so he wants to follow in his footsteps and find him because his dad's been off travelling the world, and that's pretty much Gon's driving motivation. And then everything that happens is as a consequence of meeting other characters who have different
I do think
goals.
that's a good ensemble cast as well.
Yeah,
I think
it's
that's
fantastic.
Fight scenes are pretty good, although I think they're a bit more reserved with their fight scenes than most shows.
Yeah, like I say, they space it out and there's build up to them. It's never just like, well, we'll just throw in character combat. It's always quite...
Like
and more shouting.
Yeah. Like Hisoka is one of the best characters in the thing. I wouldn't exactly call him a villain per se.
Well, that's the thing. None of them really. Well, yeah, they are because they're objectively evil.
But one of the best moments of that one the training arc was when they're all driven numbers for which hunter they need to take out, and Gon's given Hisoka. And you're kind of like, okay, how's he going to pull this off? And a lot of it is about him planning it out.
So I know it's 148 episodes, but anyone I implore you, it's so fucking good.
Honestly, I've been meaning to read the manga for
the manga's great. I'm happy to lend you volumes.
Okay. So my favourite is Eureka 7, and I've gone on about this. We did sort of touch on this in one of our anime fights when we did favourite ships.
Yeah, we did. Like, God, I was like 2-3 years ago now.
2 years ago, yeah. I'm glad I won that one because it was.
I'd like to know with that one, I would definitely change my answer. It would either be the couple from Horimiya or the couple from Bakuman. Seriously, read Bakuman. It's really good.
One of the things I really like about you, but Eureka 7's basic plot is more around it's set. I think it was like 10 or 15 years after the. No, because Renton starts the story at 14, so it's got. And he turns. It must take place over 2 years because he's 16 by the end of the show. It's when Renton was a boy. There was an event where it's called the Summer of Love.
Happens
we're not comparing it to that crash.
Was it the Summer of '69?
No, but
oh my! That song plays a whole new meaning in today's context.
You brought up Bryan Adams. How dare you bring up that arsehole? You fuck off. Honestly, anyone who plays that song, the second I hear that song, I will smash the stereo.
It's like aggroing Cal. You steal something and he's done.
It's
Or I guess you just make a Boomer reference.
There's a great moment where someone got that buzzer on QI and Steve Fry said, "Sometimes there just isn't enough vomit in the world." But no, there's a lot of music references in Eureka 7. It's very similar to JoJo in that sense because Renton's dad's called Axel, obviously after Axl Rose.
Nice.
Adrock is the name of his father. I think the town where they first born is a music where he first live is a music reference.
So it's like Listeners then, except
good. Except good. Actually, when Dying in the Franxx was still about, you made a lot of comparisons to Eureka 7.
I'll go into a few details about them, but like there's characters like Mater and Link and
oh wow, Cars and Zelda had a reference at the crossover.
The point is there's a lot of subtle. The music references are a little more subtle than say in JoJo, for example. You kind of have to dig for it, but the Summer of Love is obviously a direct reference to Woodstock. It's basically an event where the world was saved from a cataclysm by Adrock, who's Renton's father, and Renton kind of wants to escape this town, but his grandfather wants him to be a mechanic, and he sort of comes across the sort of power source for the power source for the mechs in this world, which are referred to as oh god, what was the terminology for it again? It was.
I just remember the main one's called like Nivar.
Nearvash is the name of the main one, but but basically he comes with the power source of the mechs, and this one called the Nearvash crashes in to the garage that him and his grandfather owned, and is piloted by a girl called Eureka, who Renton instantly crushes on,
and who is not 7, by the way.
Thank God.
No, she's about I think she's implied to be about the same age as Renton, but again, her exactly the nature of her is a massive spoiler.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, she's implied to be about Renton, if a little bit older than him, and she wants to get it repaired, but it's also being pursued by the people the military who are after her crew, which is led by a guy called Holland, who's a sort of counter-revolutionary who writes his own fan magazine. And I promise this makes sense in the context, but it's basically about this idea of it initially starts with Renton is the only power source, and skill is the only thing that can power this mech that called the Nearvash. Her name's pronounced Eureka, but it's spelled Eureka.
That's right, yeah, because I remember when you were telling me about the show a while ago, like you spelled it, and then I was like, wait, you mean Eureka? Because you were calling it Eureka or something like that, yeah. But that's how it's pronounced in the show.
It's pronounced Eureka. And actually, this is one where I think you can really watch it in the dub, because John Young Bosch does a brilliant job playing Renton. I can't remember who it is who plays Eureka, but I really prefer the dub to the Japanese actress in that one. I think
really?
I think the Japanese actress is a little miscast.
It's not very often it's not very often you hear people someone actually saying the dub was better than the sub.
Crispin Freeman plays Holland in it. It's his best performance, bar none. Every time I hear one of his dub performances, I instantly compare it to his performance as Holland. And Holland is one of the best characters in that show, bar none. He's the mentor figure to Renton, because he's never had a father figure in his life, because his dad died around the time he was born, and his sister's been gone for.
But she's not gone from Hunter x Hunter.
No.
Otherwise that'd be very confusing.
That would be very confusing.
Or you from.
Yeah, but she's basically his sister disappeared around when he was a toddler. That sort of time,
like a young kid.
And it takes a long time till we find out what happened to her. But the thing is, it starts out a very sort of generic rebels against the military, but then around the middle point, and I don't want to go into too many spoilers, they sort of reveal actually there's something a little more sinister going on here, and it's very much centered around around the planet's life force and the relationship between humans and this other race that's revealed later on. And there's all sorts of interesting parallels between the idea of racism, the environment. It's no coincidence that this was written around the time of the US invasion of Iraq.
Yeah, because this was 2005 it came out.
2005 and finished in 2006, and there is definitely a commentary on America's treatment of their native Muslim population around the time. That would just with the Vodarak. I mean, the Vodarak are never directly said to have a Islamic type religion. In fact, their religion is a lot more closer to Buddhism than it is Islam. But the comparisons were obviously going to be there. That this is a mostly peaceful group of people. That one group acted out of the ordinary and committed violence, and now they are judged poorly as a whole on that basis. And even you could say the mass hysteria that the later villains pile up is very similar to sort of 9/11 jingoism.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. And the way they do, and I was saying, like, okay, how are they going to bridge the relationship between Renton and Eureka? Because this could go on for bloody ages and could get really annoying, but they nail it well. Like, it starts out kind of like Renton is a sort of is a schoolboy crush on her.
Yeah.
He's a little weirded out by the fact she's a single mum of 3 orphans. And oh boy, that gets dark. Wow. When we find out how she ended up adopting them. But the thing is, with Eureka, they kind of have this sense of, oh no, they really are necessary to be together. And it's not like in an awful way. They do sort of they very slowly take time for them to realise they proper love each other. Like, they cannot live without one another. And the Nearvosh, it doesn't respond very well when it's only one of them working in it. It only really responds to its fullest when the 2 of them work together.
I'd just like to know quickly, I found it funny how with all of them there was like a lot of back and forth everyone talking about. With Calvin, it's just him gushing about on and on about.
I tell you why, because most of the tangents stem from Cal, but that's okay. That's
But,
the tangents are good.
But Reece, you've seen a lot of it.
Yeah, back when it aired, so I've forgotten most of it now.
That's the thing. I'm the only one who's proper watched this one, so I think that's the reason why.
I watched it recently.
No, I haven't watched it recently. It's been a while since I've watched it. Do you know how much I like this show? I've not watched the movies just because I don't want the thing kind of ruined. I did watch Pocket Full of Rainbows, which is what was labelled as a reboot film, and then it turns out it's actually a stealth sequel.
Weird.
I guess that's kind of similar to the reason why the only Naruto movies I've seen is the Boruto one and Naruto the last movie, because like I didn't want to watch the other spin-offs because I didn't kind of want to ruin the show for me.
But with stealth, but the fact the Pocket Full of Rainbows is a shit film. Like, I watched it pretty much as soon as I finished the final episode, because the final episode is perfect. The final episode is the perfect conclusion to the show, and and it's you kind of go with but then I watched the sequel. I was like, wow, you missed the point of what made Eureka 7 so good. Like, you missed the point entirely.
Yeah, you keep changing how you pronounce the name. Like, I think before you called it like Eureka 7, then you called it Eureka 7. Now it's like Eka 7.
I will figure this out eventually.
How do you pronounce it?
I think it's called Eureka 7, but the main character is pronounced Eureka 7. It's basically I call it that because more people are likely to find it and watch it if they can.
It's also easy to pronounce.
I mean, how would you... I like the fact they did this. There's also the one thing I'll say before I go to any more details is I like the fact that they do an environmental message in this thing that's actually genuinely subtle. Like, you ever watch a lot of things you think, oh, you're well beating me over the head with this thing. I know global warming is a disaster, but could you be a bit more subtle about the messaging of it? Where as Eureka 7, you really get a sense of, okay, they've done this very interesting idea about humans' relationship with the planet.
Yeah, it's quite similar to what Final Fantasy 7 did.
With
the live stream.
Yeah, in fact, very similar. They have very similar in that sense.
Except with more skateboarding.
Oh, it's surfing.
Talk to me about the surfing mechs. You brought these up before.
Well, the mechs have surfboards on them
as you do.
As a flight source.
Right, okay.
So it's essentially the mecha versions of the Silver Surfer.
It's kind of like that, but the Nearvosh is very distinctly designed.
Yeah, also it didn't lead to a god-awful Fantastic Four movie.
Would you describe them as radical, bodacious, and/or ripping sick tubes?
Definitely.
Also, don't forget Tubular
an extreme.
and Cowabunga, dude.
Are they from California?
Well, no, because Cowabunga is technically 80s with Ninja Turtles.
Oh, touche. I also like the other references I remember. One of the best arcs is Renton hanging out with a husband and wife duo who know Holland from his past, and the name Charles and Ray.
Oh, nice.
It's and again, I will think there are. I think again, Eureka 7 does a brilliant job balancing the light-hearted with the really dark moments. Although that being said, the football episode is rubbish.
Really?
Yeah, they have I kind of like it.
Not even a baseball episode.
No, they had a football episode.
No, we're talking soccer.
Yeah,
Soccer.
I guess it's like just a bad filler episode.
It's a bit of a bad filler episode, but even then, I kind of like it.
But the thing is, when it comes to filler episodes, they're rarely ever good. The only one I can really think of that is really good is the exam one in Soul Eater. Strangely enough, that's not my favorite episode from the show. It's so funny.
Well, the interesting thing is, my one is the second longest of our 4, because my one's 50 episodes long.
Mine's 27.
Mine's 24.
Mine's 148.
Yeah, so there's a bit of a jump there.
Slightly.
I mean, I could have talked about Vanguard. That's 450.
Fuck.
Do you know what?
Or Gundam, it's like, I don't know how many episodes there are now.
No, I love Eureka 7. Now, I love Eureka 7 as an anime. As a franchise, I don't like it. Because everything they've done post-anime has been terrible.
You've said there's been how many movies?
They did the first movie, Pocket Full of Rainbows, which was meant to be like a reboot alternate universe. Then it turns out it's actually a stealth sequel. And it doesn't even really connect that much with the original one, and it sucks, and I hate it.
Quick question with Eureka 7. Was it based on a manga or is it original?
No, it's original. There is a manga, but the manga is another alternate universe, and its ending is shit.
Oh, boy.
So how popular was it?
It was quite popular at the time, but it's now more of a cult following, would you say? Well,
Yeah.
Reece, you've been around, you kind of were around the time it was.
Yeah, it was popular. It's not as popular as like Gurren Lagan or either.
It was on Adult Swim.
So I'm guessing it's the least popular of all of ours. Would you say?
I would say it's out of all of ours, mine's the one with the most, what you could describe as a cult following.
Yeah.
But the other thing about it is they then did a sequel series, which I don't know why they call it a sequel, because it barely connects to Eureka 7. It's Eureka 7 AO, and I was like, okay, this will answer a few of the... like, Eureka 7 really ends with a conclusion. Like, there's not many unanswered questions by the end of Eureka 7. But there has a few sort of slight niggles, and you think, okay, this will get the slight niggles and we'll get a new story of it.
Instead, we get a new kid character.
I think Calvin's relationship with all the other Eureka 7 stuff is the same as Reece with Gundam Seed Destiny.
Yeah.
Or with me with Cards by Vanguard GZ.
I will stand by, though, Seed Destiny is worse than Eureka 7 AO.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just want to address Cardfight Vanguard GZ.
Yeah, it's the last season.
But Yu-Gi-Oh!
GX.
No, here's the thing.
Because
they
that's
had
more
extreme. Here's the thing. Vanguard had a sequel series called G, which is mostly to introduce the stride format.
Yep.
And it ended, and the ending was so rushed. Like, I'm not kidding. They completely rushed through the final fight, which, mind you, the main card in that deck had the ability to deal 5 damage on your upcoming turn, and mind you, to lose, you needed to take 6 damage. And yet, when they ended it, it was just all rushed through. There wasn't even a proper ending. It ended with like one character going, "I'm gonna go to France, become a better Cardfight player." Another one was, "I'm gonna win my company code." Another one was, "I'm gonna go to the Vanguard dimension and fuck a dragon." It's very confusing. And then they go back to Earth. It ends there.
What the fuck?
It doesn't all because they had the reboot coming out, which, mind you, isn't even as good as the original series.
Let's move on.
Honestly, I could rant about that.
Eureka 7 is going to end with the High Evolution films, which they're bringing out now, which are actual reboots.
So it's ongoing.
No, not exactly.
Sorry.
These are going to be sort of reboot slash unanswered.
Like reimaginings.
Reboot slash reimagining, and they can't make up their mind on it. And they're gonna change the ending, which again I still stand by. The ending of Eureka 7 is absolutely perfect.
I'm gonna be guessing when that comes out, we're gonna be making a video on there.
Well, I see. The thing is, I think you'll really appreciate Eureka 7 High Evolution and really understand how it works. You have to. It's gonna be. You're never really gonna have to make comparisons to the series because again, it's reimagining these moments from the series.
I mean, I'm perfectly fine watching it.
The third one is coming out in Japan in a couple of months.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad it's gonna. But again, I'm so nervous about what this new ending. The second one's gonna focus on Anemone, who's the sort of like evil invert of Eureka. And again, that makes sense down the line. But you can sort of see why the way I'm describing it, how very similar it is to Dying in the Franxx.
I was just about to say, explain the comparisons.
Well, it's virtually the same. It's basically about avoiding they'll only work together on the mechanic. Some of the shots are lifted, like almost like it was traced. Really? I'm not even joking. The final shot of Dying in the Franxx is identical to the final shots of Eureka 7. Like, almost action for action.
So it's not like they were going for an homage; they were going for the same.
It's a very similar conclusion, except it's a lot more final. You know how like there's a little implied sequel at the end of Darling in the Franxx?
Yeah.
There's no implied sequel at the end of Eureka 7. It's basically just problem solved. We got it done. It's now just about rebuilding. And we see the results of how well that went in Pocket Full of Rainbows.
I'm guessing like with all the alternate universes, then it's kind of become. It sounds like it's sort of become the mecca Fate Stay Night.
It's except
except Fate Stay Night, all the arcs in Fate Stay Night are actually all really good.
Whereas in Eureka 7, only one of the arcs is really good.
Yeah.
And I don't
cannot wait for the third movie.
How is AO a sequel? Can someone? I've had so many people come to tell me how AO is a technical sequel to Eureka 7, and all their explanations are rubbish.
I like to know you've been.
I'm
been
done.
15 minutes.
I'm done. I'm quitting.
It's
now.
been like 15 or 20 minutes.
So
well, let's summarise. Cal won't be happy unless there's a Tony Hawk Cell spin-off.
Exactly. Let's move.
Let's do that. Eureka 7 Pro Skater.
Can I?
Eureka 7 Underground.
I mean, I'm hoping I can convince you guys to watch it. So.
I would be interested in what I would be interested in watching. Like, the thing is with like a lot of the other anime, because I'm mostly just watching like the newest stuff that's coming out. I like to have an excuse to go back to watch them. Like, I wanted to watch Miss Madoka's Dragon Maid or whatever.
Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, yeah.
And
we get a second season now. We're getting a second season now, so that means I have an excuse to watch it.
With the director of Clanad taking over.
Woo!
Yep, and SJWs are pissed.
Why?
Because they don't like the design of
there's a new lolly character with massive tits.
Jesus.
And they're complaining about that. But they're staying quiet with Reece Other Healer. Seriously, the outcry for that anime was the one thing I was looking forward to with it, and you can't even give me that!
Why were they not crying about Quetzalcoatl's design then, if they don't like large-titted characters for some reason?
Let's move on.
Yeah.
We'll discuss this when we get to Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid Season 2.
I just wanted to recall a point that Elliot said about of our shows. What was it? Something about yours being least likely to get a sequel?
Yeah.
I would like to see Hunter x Hunter get a sequel, please. Very much.
Oh no, it just needs to get
Can
continuation.
you stop doing that? Because I genuinely thought that was someone knocking at the door.
Oh,
then.
sorry.
Yeah,
I want.
Can we move on? Can we move on?
No,
and
I
do
feel
Mastermind?
like yours will probably be the most likely. I think mine will be the second most likely because those two have actually ended.
My one's almost ended. I think High
No.
Evolution.
No.
I think High Evolution movie 3 will be that's it for a long time.
But the thing is, with yours, I think the manga or the anime probably won't have had a conclusive ending with it. So I feel like yours would be more likely to get than mine, seeing as mine has a got.
I really hope Reese's doesn't get
No,
one.
mine doesn't need one.
It does not need one.
I would say,
especially with the epilogue.
I'd say Gurren Lagan, perfect ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's move on. So we each pick for this. Since we don't want to fight each other at the end of this year's competition is Mastermind.
Woo!
We've each picked a video game and an anime to answer questions on. We're gonna have 20 questions total, 10 on the video game, 10 on the anime.
Are we timed?
No.
Okay.
It's 10 questions. So we've all agreed, no matter how this turns out, we're all going to be fine with the conclusion.
Yep.
Yeah.
And because I've organised it, I've not seen my questions, but if I tie with these guys, because I've organised it, I'm going to take the loss.
No, I don't think you should.
No, we should tie.
Yeah.
Sure.
And if it's a tie, then we're going to have number of.
We're gonna have multiple wildcards again.
Yes.
In that case, if we all tie with each other, we all get 2 wildcards.
Redo the healer.
If there's like,
X-Arms Anime 2021.
I think if there's a 2-way tie, both of us should get the wild card. If there's a 3 or 4-way tie, we should do a tiebreaker next episode or something. I think that's
Or just wrestle for dominance.
Or
Yes.
no, in that case, I will pull out. Every word that comes out of my mouth.
Calvin, the king of accidental innuendos.
If that happens, I will.
Yeah, but because he pulls out, there's no accidental children.
What did you say then?
Because you pull out, there's no accidental children.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Because Ali was saying about accidental innuendo.
Thank God, I thought you made a really bad joke about me then.
No.
No.
We don't do those jokes.
No. We're not going down that route.
Yeah, we save those for the stream.
No, not even in the street. The worst we go is Morgana jokes.
Yeah.
Let's move on Reece, you're up first, and
Okay.
you pick your categories are Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow.
Yep.
For your video game, and your anime is Digimon Adventure Season 1.
The original.
The original, and I've made sure it's the original.
Yep.
So there's 20 questions in this quiz. Do you want to take the question from the left side or the right side?
Let's go right.
You're going right? Okay.
And now I'll look up so I don't see the phone.
Hang on a second, let me just double check.
That's a very nice ceiling, I agree.
Oh my god, I've
11.
never noticed the panels.
Okay, by the way,
We've got some ambient.
what?
Tricks in the
Okay,
background.
here you go, Reece. Your
Yep.
questions start. Oh, by the way, I only read out multiple choice if the question insists on a multiple choice.
Sure.
Which none of these ones will be. What is the feline Pokemon that's exclusive to Blue version?
The feline Pokemon.
Yeah. Bad
Oh,
choice.
Ninetales and Vulpix.
Wrong. Meowth.
Really?
Yeah, but Fox, because it's Fox-like, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's,
What is the item in your PC at the beginning of the game?
A potion.
Correct. Can you keep score, by the way?
Okay. Yeah.
What HM do you need to get to the power plant?
Surf.
Correct. One of the lead character designs was Ken what?
I can't remember.
Sugimori.
That's it.
Pikachu's voice. No, hang on, I'm going to skip that one because you won't. That's way too hard. What type of Pokemon is Pinsir?
Bug type.
Correct. Ivysaur evolves into Venusaur at what level?
32.
Correct. Rapidash was originally going to be called what?
Oh.
Mr. Horse.
No, close.
Look at my horse! My horse is amazing!
No, actually, it's going to be called Gallop.
Oh.
What is a glitch found by Cinnabar Island?
Oh.
Missing no.
Correct.
Everyone knows that one.
Mewtwo's starting level.
70.
Correct. What level does Articuno learn Blizzard?
Oh, Jesus. Let's go 50.
Oh, mate, 51.
Oh! She's caught at 50, isn't
Yeah.
So that's your 10 there. How many did you
it?
get?
6 out of 10.
Hey.
Yes, that's
Not
good.
bad.
The
Yeah.
average.
Really, I think I counted.
Incidentally,
Yeah,
that's-
I think I counted 5.
I think it was 6.
it was 6.
Have you got
Okay,
the
six.
question?
You definitely got more right than you got
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see how you do on Digimon. Okay, I've
By
got...
the way, in case you're wondering why I'm doing that, I'm counting binary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh,
8,
yeah,
that's cool.
you're doing the
12,
Sakurai
13,
joke.
15.
I don't know.
I'm just... what you got to do with these ones, I've got to fill in the answers to actually get...
Oh, that's dumb.
Okay, let's see. I'm not... Obviously... Incidentally, when I did this one, I got... Digimon one, I got 6 out of 10, so let's... Out of all the Digimon in the Digidestin group, who is the last to Digivolve to champion level?
Well, technically, Salamon, because it's Gatomon.
I will say that, I'm gonna say that wasn't one of the multiple choice answers to get you out of that one. I'm gonna be a bit fair to you on that one.
Well, it technically comes in 8 for the Sonic
I will say they're not going on technicals here,
Right.
just because I don't want you to lose a point for that reason.
Okay, so it'll be Patamon to Angemon.
Correct.
Yeah.
In Wizardsmon's gifts, whose idea was it to transfer all the Digimon's power to Angewomon in order to defeat Myotismon?
Oh, Jesus.
I got this one wrong as well. If you think consolation,
So it's well Digidestined.
not necessarily.
Hang on, so reread the question.
In Wizardmon's gift, whose idea was it to transfer all the power of Digimon's power to Angewomon in order to defeat Myotismon?
Let's go with Genai.
No, it's Garudamon.
Ah, I have no chance of that.
Which one of these Digimon is not associated with the Dark Masters? I'm going to just quickly go back and get the multiple choice for that one.
Okay.
Bugger me.
Oh my.
Demi-Devimon, Lady Devimon, Scorpionmon, Gigadramon.
Not associated.
Not associated with the Dark Masters.
And reread them.
Demi-Devimon, Lady Devimon, Scorpionmon, Gigaradamon. Gigadramon.
Demi-Devimon.
Correct. Who is the last person in the original cast of 7 Digidestined to obtain their crest?
Oh.
I got this one wrong, by the way.
Hang on. It's either TK or Sora. And of the original 7.
Of the original 7, so Kari doesn't count.
Yeah. Let's go TK.
Oh, that'd be okay.
You're wrong, it's Sora.
Oh!
You knew,
Yeah.
One sec. Just to make it a bit more interesting, gonna put on some quiz music.
Go on, yeah.
No, wait, hang on, Elliot. We might get a copyright strike for that.
Yeah,
I don't avoid that.
just leave it.
What about one or two free ones?
Are you thinking do?
No, that's copyright.
No. Let's just leave it for now. Who is Guttimon's best non-human friend?
Patamon.
No, Wizardmon.
Oh, I thought you meant Digimon. Yeah.
I feel so unfair on that one because
No,
I should be
it's
more
fine,
specific. Where is Infinity Mountain located?
On Spiral Mountain.
At least you're correct. I got that one wrong. Which Digimon met Ty and Izzy in the sewers of Machinedramon City and was looking to start up a revolution against the Dark Masters?
Numamon?
No, Andromon.
Ah, damn it, yeah.
Who is the last Digidestined to join the fight against Piedmon?
Oh, the last.
Yeah. I got this one wrong as well. I thought it was a different
I'll be honest, I thought you'd be doing a lot better with this one. I thought you knew a lot about Digimon.
Yeah, but these are difficult questions.
Yeah, they're niche.
I'm going to go TK.
No, it was Mimi.
I was thinking Mimi. Damn it, I second-guessed myself.
What is the name of Myotismon's main attack?
Well, there's a few variations. So there's Grizzly Wing, there's Night Raid, or Crimson Wing. Because there's 3 different names for the same attack.
I'll give you that one. They had Crimson Lightning, but I'll give you that one because you were right on the money.
How many more questions?
One more question.
Okay.
Which Digimon were once infatuated with Mimi, but later went on to call Kari their queen?
That's Numamon.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yay.
So
I know
that's 11 points total.
11 points.
11 out of 20.
Yeah.
It's above average.
Yeah, so I'm happy with that.
I'm really worried now that that the other ones are going to be way easier by accident, and that I've really screwed Reece.
It's fine.
I mean,
I'm going to struggle with the
it's my turn next, right?
Yep. Yeah, we're starting with You've got Dark Souls and Death Note. So Dark Souls, there's 15 in this in total. You've got to pick 5 of those numbers from 1 to 15 to take out of the mix.
Okay, numbers between 1 and 5. 9.
9's going for... You need 5 of these.
Okay.
Do you want to take...
9, 3, 5, 15, 11.
Can we just say you do 11 through 15?
Yeah, 11 through 15. Let's take those out.
Okay, let me just... so I've got the answers.
Oh god, it's been a while since I caught up on my Dark Souls 1 lore. I really hope it's on the lore.
I'm interested. I'm interested to know how much I know from watching Vati videos.
I mean, I got a lot of my lore from the Fexture Life wiki.
Yeah.
Which is what best wiki for Dark Souls.
All of my Street Fighter knowledge comes from.
You got 11 to beat for Reece.
Okay, this is for Dark Souls 1.
Yeah. Okay. What drop do you get in the Harvel the Rock if you kill him? What do you get from Harvel the Rock if you kill him?
Havel's Ring.
Correct. What is Solaire looking for throughout the game?
The sun, or his own son.
I'll give you that one. His own personal son. True or false? Once you leave the undead asylum, you can never return.
False.
Correct. What sorcerer is trapped in the cage hanging in Sen's fortress?
Big Cat Logan.
Correct. What's the name of the thief who tries to get you to look over the ledge in the Tomb of Giants, claiming he has plenty of loot down there?
Patches.
Correct.
Patches is untrustworthy, I believe.
It's Patches the hyena, but I'll give you that one.
Okay, yeah.
If you are in human form while near the bonfire in Blighttown, what NPC invades your world wielding a butcher's knife?
Pass.
Maneater Mildred.
Fuck, that's it. I know it. It was Manito. I remember Manito now.
What's the boss's name in the painted world of Ariamis? I'm sorry if I've mispronounced that.
Crossbreed Priscilla.
I'll give you that one. Priscilla the crossbreed. Yeah. Technically. Who's the NPC that you can summon in the catacombs to help fight Pinwheel?
I don't know. I never done that because Pinwheel is fucking easy.
The answer is Paladin Leroy.
Double E as well.
Who is the who appears at the fire link after you ring the 2 bells of awakening?
Fuck. I know it's one of the serpents. Ah, I remember Fremd, but I can't remember the other guy's name. Oh, what's his name? I know who it is.
Do you want to pass?
No, give me a sec. It'll come to me. I know it's one of the serpents. I remember Fremd's name. Oh, I can't remember who the other one's called. I read this morning! Koth?
No, it is Kingseeker Frampt.
It was from.
Oh, it was
Yeah,
fuck!
your second guess.
Who is the only...
I thought he came up after the 4 kings.
Okay, moving on. Final question, who is the only boss in the game that is also a summonable character in a different boss battle?
Oh, fuck. I'm trying to remember the human fighters. One sec.
You knew that one, didn't you?
Give me a sec. I'm trying to remember the bosses.
I'm gonna be so bad on my one.
I'm gonna be around someone. I haven't done Street Fighter lore in ages.
I don't know if you can summon him, but I could be very wrong. But I remember you could help him. He can help you in the DLC Sif the Grey Wolf.
Yes.
Yeah.
Woo!
7.
You got 7
Hey,
right.
well done.
Yeah, I remember because the only I think humanoid one aside from Ornstein and Smaug is Gwyn.
Can you summon? Oh, sorry.
No.
You mean, right.
Yeah, you can't summon Gwyn.
Yeah, I was going to say.
No, yeah, if I remember with Sif the Grey Wolf, in the past, Artorias actually saved her from the abyss. I think it was a she. By using a shield as a last ditch effort. I'm so glad you didn't do any lore based ones.
I'm sorry there, mate. I'm.
How many was that? Like 7?
You got 7 right.
7 out of 10.
So you need at least
4.
Four
you need 5
4
to
to
get
tie
ahead.
with Elliot, 4 to tie with Reece, 5 to take him over.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Okay, Death Note. Here we go. What's the title of the song of the first OP?
Fuck! I knew this. I knew this at one point. Pass.
The World.
Oh, the world!
Ironic.
Oh, that's it. Yes, but
It's folks, I was listening to that this morning.
Who talks first, Nia or Mello?
yeah.
No, Mello.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Who talks first? Like talks to light first?
Who gets their line first?
Oh, I thought you meant talks to light first.
Oh, sorry, mate. I should have made that more clear. How old is Mello when he leaves the Whammy house?
The whammy house? What?
It was the orphanage.
Yeah,
That
the orphanage.
15?
14.
Ah.
One off. How many Kiras are there that are not counting Shimigami? How many Kiras are there in total?
Not counting Shinigami.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 3.
5.
5?
Yeah.
There's a lot.
I know that.
5. Who
Oh
did
fuck!
5?
Wait, I forgot about the. Yeah, I forgot about the other guy.
I can't remember the other 2.
Yeah.
I know there was like Misa and the other one.
There's also the police person.
The police person.
Yeah.
I don't remember that a police getting.
Oh yeah, no, Light's dad technically used the Death Note, so he's.
I didn't know that counted him as Kira.
Oh.
I thought when you meant this Kira, it was the ones who used the Death Note regularly.
I think that question's a bit false. Should we take that one off or keep that one? I think keep that one because it's some of these are so easy. I had to take them off.
Yeah.
There's 13 in total here, but I had to take 3 of them off for being too easy.
Fuck you.
Well, one of them is does Light kill L?
Now, in a physical sense or a metaphorical sense?
Yeah. What is Ryuk's earring in the shape of?
What was Ryuk's earring? I don't know. I didn't know the fucking shape of Ryuk's earring. And believe it or not, I don't care about the character's jewelry.
It's a heart.
Yeah.
How many episodes are there of the show?
37.
Correct. How many members of the task force that are there after L dies?
After L dies, 7?
6.
Ah, that was my other answer.
Does Mello admit that Nier is a better successor than him? Shut up.
I'm going to say yes.
He does, correct.
Okay.
Um,
2.
Does L light or both, so it's either L light or both, say I am justice?
Yes. They both said that in episode 2.
Correct.
Nice.
What is the second OP? So how many has he got so far?
3.
So he needs one more to tie. What is the second OP called?
Fuck, is this the last question?
No, it's the second to last. You got one more after this.
No, I don't.
What up, people?
Yeah.
Oh fuck yes!
Yeah, from maximum hormone.
This is one that comes down to you either going to tie with Reece or you get one wild card.
Okay.
Which ear is Ryuk's earring on? It's only left or right, so you got a 1 in 2 chance.
50-50.
Wait, is this from his perspective?
It'll be which
ear from his
So
perspective.
left. So left.
So, yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the left.
Oh!
I'm so sorry, Elliot.
10. That was 3 points.
What the fuck were
So
those
close.
questions?
Oh, yeah.
Elliot, I am so sorry. I think
But here's but with Reese's at least all his with the we're actually kind of do with the story. What the fuck looked at Ryuk's ear?
Come on, pay more attention.
What were the 3 questions you kept off?
which episode does Reece first appear in?
1.
5.
And it was does L kill Light? What was the other? Yeah, I think that one was a bit harder than I probably should have given you there, Elliot. I'll admit that one.
I'm expecting to be had off now, to be fair, so don't worry. Not to worry.
I'm so sorry. Oh, I feel so
I hope
bad.
you can see this because I'm doing it very hard.
I feel so bad right now.
Yeah, I'm just double checking my quest question about who got it last, Sora or TK. I said TK. TK got it 6, Sora got it 7th. And it's literally 1 episode apart.
Yeah, it's easy
Oh
to
my
make.
Yeah.
I kind of want to.
No, don't. I got 4. I'm happy with that.
Oh,
I'm so annoyed. I did so well in the Dark Souls one as well.
Yeah.
You're about to see me fail utterly, so do not worry.
Can I?
Of course, you get a 10 out of 10 on JoJo's.
I don't think there's a chance of that happening. I don't have the memory.
What was Vanilla Ice's name changed to? In the
Oh, I do know that.
Seriously,
I do know that.
seriously. You said those were medium to light hard. That was like max level. That was like Dante Must Die mode.
When he said light hard, he meant lighter than the character, so
Yeah.
really, really hard. No.
Oh god, man! I thought you were going to get both the OP ones as well. Like,
Yeah.
God, I have not heard the LPs in ages. I should have remembered What Up People.
Yeah.
I should have.
Can I ask, Elliot, you did a really great effort
You
in the
did-
Dark
you did
Souls
do a
one,
really
and
good
I apologise profusely.
I would have got probably.
Do you want my wild card as compensation?
Should we do the quizzes first? And then
Yeah,
we'll
let's
see
do
what
quizzes
happens?
first.
Because
I would have literally got 1 answer on the Death Note one. I wouldn't have even got the earring one.
Fucking Ryuk's earring. Who keeps an eye on the character's jewelry?
Literally.
When you think of
There were
Ryuk,
two
you don't.
questions, not his
When you
earring.
think of Ryuk, you don't think of his jewelry. You think of him doing handstands because he hasn't had enough apples.
Yeah, and also how he looks like Willem Dafoe now.
None of them were about characters like El or Misa or anything either. They were all either about Nier or Mello. Who the fuck remembers Nier and Mello? The show literally went downhill after El's death.
Oh,
Right,
man.
hit me.
I-
What are we doing first?
I'm about to lose Fruits Basket in the Anime of the Year for my stupidity.
What are we doing?
Okay, you got 4 possible answers.
Let's
for
get
this one.
JoJo's out the way.
No, we're doing Street Fighter first.
Okay.
Which characters have an ultra combo that's anti-air? You got 4 possible choices.
Out of all of the...
This is Street Fighter / Super Ultra Street Fighter.
Okay, so what are the multiple
So that's
choices?
Super Street. No. You got.
Oh, sorry.
There's 4 possible answers here.
Hakan has one.
That's correct. I'll let you have that one. What Sagat's new move, the Angry Scar, is used as part of one move. What is it?
Used as part of his new Ultra.
Yeah.
Used as part of one move.
You're about to see. You're about to realise you're coming second, Elliot.
I'm actually livid. I'm actually angry.
So explain that again.
This was supposed to be. I wasn't meant to make people hate me by the end of this.
No, I wasn't expecting questions that difficult.
Read that again.
Like, I at least expected something like, what was the name of Ray Penber's wife?
Read that again.
I kind of want to go back and do a different one for Elliot.
Can we
Yeah,
continue this for now?
let's continue.
What Sagat's new move, the Angry Scar, is used as part of only one move. What is it?
What does it mean, part of only one move? That's
I know, that's not reading it.
It's a riff on Tiger Shot. Because it's a...
What are you going to say?
It's a projectile. My guess is Tiger Shot.
Close, Tiger Uppercut.
Fuck. Fair play.
6 characters have... Which 6 characters have a second rival? I'll give you a point if you get any one of these.
Which character has a second rival? As in it changes between games. Sorry, this might take me a moment. Any of 6 characters. Any of these 6 characters have a second rival. Oh, that's difficult, because if it means that their main campaign changes... So Sagat is the rival of 2 people, because he's the rival of Adon and Ryu. Sagat?
I'll check. Because I pulled it off this one because I think I found a more sensible one for Elliot to do on Death Note.
He has 2 rivals.
So you said Sagat.
Yeah.
I was saying incorrect. You're going to have Ryu, Chun-Li, Crimson Viper, Cammy, Guile, or Seth. If in Abel's rival battle with Guile, he says that he's been the Sonic Boom before. Guile thought that Abel was referring to his fallen friend Charlie. Who is the person Abel was talking about?
Oh, Remy.
No, Seth.
Fuck.
Just quick, how many words have you got right so far?
1.
Okay.
Can you keep count?
Yeah.
I'll make you a deal, Elliot. If Reece allows me to do it, you can have a second chance. 10 questions. You can have a second chance if Reece agrees to it. But
Is
I'm
that okay, Reece?
Yeah, fine. Yeah.
Alright, so in that case, just
are
back
you
to
sure,
7.
man? Because you're putting yourself at terrible risk here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, back to 7.
Because I don't want Elliot to leave unhappy.
Yeah, that's fine.
Back to 7.
Okay, let's get Ren's done first. Sep is the leader of which organisation?
It's the Arms Department of Shadow Law, but one moment.
It's got
It's an acronym, isn't it?
Yeah. You've only got 1 so far, mate.
I know.
This is not going well. Because I actually really realised that quiz was really unfair.
Yeah.
This one's hard. It's not... no, because...
See, now I feel bad for Reece because I've fucked him over.
It's fine.
It's the quizzes. We did.
Yeah, because I had 52 episodes to remember all of it from, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas compared to Elliot's, his was on appearance.
Yeah, and that was
none of mine was story based.
Yeah, which I think is a bit unfair, whereas all of ours are story based or mechanics based. So yeah, I think it's an unfair disadvantage for him. And he did so well on Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Mate, I'm gonna have to press pronounce it.
S-E-E-D.
You're so close. That's Sin.
Fuck.
Nah.
Which 2 characters have a second ultra combo as their counters?
As their counters.
Which 2 secondary characters secondary ultra combos are counters?
Oh.
Are counters? Sorry, I've misread that. There's 2 possible answers you can get for this one. I'll give you if you get either one of them. But you can give me 2 answers if you want.
I remember because I don't remember exactly. Oh no, Abel. One of them is Abel.
Do you want to go for another one, or do you want to just stick with Abel?
I might go for another one.
You could get a bonus point here.
He's not going to get a bonus
Can't
point.
get a bonus point.
I'm giving him a one.
I know.
Can't remember.
You got Abel wrong. It's Cammy or Fei Long.
Fuck! Oh, I remember because they both suck as well.
I'm honestly surprised. I'm still surprised you picked Street Fighter 4.
Who is Crimson Viper?
Because I didn't want to go for Civ 6 because
It would be on. Put it this way.
Yeah, why Street Fighter then? Why not Elder Scrolls or something?
Okay?
League.
You're on question 7. You've only got one so far. Who is Crimson Viper's second rival?
And Bison?
No, Hakan.
Hakan? What the? They have no connection.
Who is Chun-Li and Cammy's second rival? Same character, I should point out.
Chun-Li and
Cammy.
Complete guess, Guile.
Jury.
Oh yeah.
What does the Sea Viper stand for? I've just given it away earlier. I've given this answer away.
I can't remember what you said. Cobra.
Sit Crimson.
Crimson. Oh fuck me.
What is the shut up. What is the name of the machine that in Jury's right eye?
Feng Shui engine.
Correct. You got 2.
Hey.
Woo.
So now you got.
Congratulations, you got the thumb.
You're feeling better. You're feeling better about your answers there, Elliot?
The difference is, mine was more difficult. Mine was on appearance. Yours is actually on game mechanics and characters.
Put it this.
No.
Put it this way, Ren. You can't win now because
unless he gets everything right.
No, even if he gets everything right, he has 10.
Yeah.
Oh no, hang on.
If he gets everything right, he has 12.
So this is about. I asked him specifically, did he want to do a question on JoJo's as a whole or just part 3 stands? And he picked part 3 stands. So you need to get all these right to win 9 to tie with Reece. Which stand is first seen in? Oh, hang on. Let me answer. Let me just put down the basic answers so that I get the answers. You've got to fill. This is really dumb. I'm not allowed to see the answers unless I fill in the entire bloody quiz.
Oh, that's stupid. I told you I'm going to do badly.
Okay. Oh, you're definitely not. The one you wouldn't. Are you okay with it being you don't answer questions 11 through 15 on this?
Sure.
Okay. Which stand is first seen in full?
First seen in full.
Yeah.
Magician's Red.
Correct. Which of the following which stand has a true form that has never been seen?
One of the cards. Let me think. Oh, no, Anubis.
Strength.
Fuck.
Because it's a ship.
Well, that means you can only tie now.
Yeah.
Which of the following stands can control living things? Which of the stands can control living things?
Lovers?
Justice. Right, so you can't win now, but let's see how you do. Which stand user was subjected to a punching barrage from Jotaro that lasted 3 pages?
As someone who's only ever seen the anime, I have no idea about that.
As someone who's only seen like one of the fights.
Oh. Elassie?
Steely Dan.
Fuck.
Which of the following which stand user survived their battle with the Joestar group? Which of the
which is the only one that survived?
Yeah.
Wait, has he got 1 or 2 right?
He's got one right.
Okay, so I had the one thing right. Okay. Binary is difficult if you're not continuously doing it.
The only one who survived.
Yeah.
I think that answer's wrong.
I know. I think it's wrong as well, but I think we should go with the parameter.
A few of them do.
Do you know what? I think the answer's wrong, so we're going to say you do 11 instead.
Okay.
The answer they had was Mariah. Which stand pretended to be a genie in order to fool its target?
Oh, it's the one who transferred. Yeah. It's the one with Avdol's dad.
Yeah.
Come on, Ren. We're running out of time. The cameras are
Ren
so much footage.
doing his grudge impression.
Yeah.
Ren,
I know.
I'm going to force you to time.
What? Fucking hell. I'd pass anyway.
Judgment.
Yep.
Which stand or stands is responsible for the death of Muhammad Avdol?
Oh. Fuck. Well, stand or stands.
Yeah.
I know the user because it's Vanilla Ice, but.
Wait, there's a user called Vanilla Ice?
Yeah.
In the manga.
But just trademark out to be called
There's also one called Terence Trent D'Arby.
Yeah.
I'll tell you it's another band because you can't win now, so I'll give you a few clues.
Wait, it's another band. Is the name of the stand?
Yeah, quickly, man. Quickly, I'm going to give you 5 seconds. Pass it, man.
I can't pass.
Can I make a guess? Oh, I was going to say Iron Maiden.
It's Cream. Which stands were fought while the Joestar group was in the ocean?
Stands plural.
Yeah.
Okay, well one of them's strength.
No, it's how many? Sorry.
How many?
How many stands before when they were in the
ocean.
or the ocean? On or in the ocean?
I remember 3, but I think it's 4.
Which answer are you going with? Quickly.
4.
It's 3.
Fuck!
Oh my god!
Oh, you cunt! You cunt!
Yeah, Ren. I was thinking 3 as well.
How many stands are named after?
Oh, that's...
How many stands are named after Egyptian gods? You picked this, man.
I know. 8.
9.
Yeah.
Which stand has no direct which of the Egyptian stands has no direct combat abilities?
Anubis.
Osiris.
Oh. Anubis possessed.
Which stand had an animal for its user?
Oh, that was the bird, wasn't it? I can't remember the name of the stand.
I'll tell you, it's another Egyptian one.
Yeah. What's the ice thing?
Because we've got to get to Elliot's second chance.
Fuck knows.
Horus. So you got
1.
So you got 3 in total.
I'm honestly surprised. You did worse in that one than you did in Street Fighter.
Yeah, I know.
You did worse than Elliot's really bad Death Note quiz.
I know.
Okay, Elliot, this is your second chance. You've got to get 4 to tie with Reece.
5 to win.
5 to win.
Okay.
What colour are you sure you're okay with this?
Yeah,
one,
I'm fine with this, yeah.
What colour shirt did L wear?
White.
Correct. Can you keep count?
Oh, sure.
When light brings L inside the rain, L proceeds to rub Light's feet in appreciation. When light dries the other's hair, what does L reply with?
Kinky.
Pass.
That would have been funnier. I'm sorry, is the answer. What did Light hide in a potato chip packet when L's surveillance cameras were in his room?
I can't remember what exactly it's called. I know it's like some kind of mini TV. Can I take it as that? Like mini...
It's a miniature LCD TV, I'll give you that.
Yeah, mini TV. At least I got that right.
That one's... Is there another one after that? Oh, see, that one seems a bit unfair. That's
Which
way
one?
too easy.
Yeah, that's too easy. That.
I'll come up with another one to replace that one. It was what was the main character's name in full. Even you would admit that's a bit too
Like
easy.
Yakumi, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, like Turner.
Yeah. What is the name of the organised United...
was that correct?
No, we're not. We're going to come up with a different question.
Yeah, because it's too easy.
What is the name of the organisation in the United States that was investigating Kira?
Pass.
SPK. Light Yagami was the first human in the anime to obtain a Death Note. Which Shinigami dropped the Death Note he found?
Ryuk.
That was way too
Yeah,
easy.
that's way easy.
Yeah.
There's
only two Shinigami in the anime that we see, at least, Ryuk and Ren.
Yeah.
No, there's the other one.
There's a third one. There's a small.
But yeah, but we don't know his name. No, we
Oh.
don't know his name. We don't know his name. He's the one who wrote in his Death Note to save Misa.
Yeah.
What did L tell the Japanese task force to call him?
Miyazaki.
Correct. That was way too easy as well. Well, I'll come up with another one for that one. It was what was Ryuk's favourite food.
Well, I said before.
What colour is normally associated with the Shinigami eyes?
Red.
Correct. Which of these names is... Which name is... what is the... hang on, there's a... I need the other answers.
Yeah, that's a bit difficult. It's a phrase.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult to phrase. Let's move on to a different one. So you've got 3 more to answer.
Okay.
Where was the transcription for the Death Note?
Transaction.
Where's the transaction for the Death Note and Sayugami supposed to take place?
Wait, what?
Which city in America was where the transaction, the hostage transaction between the Death Note and Light's sister supposed to take place? Supposed to take place, I should point out.
Oh, Los Angeles?
Correct.
Yeah.
Whoa! I'm actually surprised. That was a complete guess.
Who is the second? Okay. Who is the Shinigami that fell in love with Misa? And I didn't realise it was male as it turned out.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. I know there were 2. There was the one who sacrificed himself to save Misa. I don't think we got his name, so I'm gonna go with Rem.
Galus.
Gale? I don't think...
we actually did get his name, because that's what I remembered.
I don't remember... Do we hear that in the anime?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Okay, who told Mello... The last question, man, see how you do. Who told Mello that one of the rules of the Death Note he acquired was fake?
Yeah?
No, it's Sido.
I don't remember who.
He was the Shinigami who Ryuk's Death Note originally belonged to.
Oh, yeah.
So you got 5, Elliot.
Hey, I'm winning!
That's improvements.
Yeah, I hope you don't mind, Reece, again.
No, that's fine, yeah.
Okay, so it's my turn. So I've got to get... So 5, that means 12. It's 1 point ahead. So I've got to get 13 to win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm doing Sonic Adventure 2 and Clannad After Story. So, Ren, can you just fill in the answers? Just pick anything, and then you get the answers to what you need, and I will... So I'm doing the Sonic Adventure 2 questions first. What do you think? Place your bets. Am I going to beat Elliot or not?
On games alone, you probably won't beat his Dark Souls score.
No, I don't think I'm going to beat him on Sonic... Even on Sonic Adventure 2, which I've played a lot.
Yeah.
And Clannad After Story is such a gamble. I really took a gamble with this one.
Yeah, but how many episodes is Cloud After Story?
22. Yeah. 24 if you count the 2 OVAs on the box set.
Right, just loading up. Okay.
Keep the score, Elliot.
So you're happy with 11 to 15 going?
Yes, I'm happy with 11 to 15 going.
Okay. What colour of Chaos Emerald did Shadow steal from the bank?
Green.
Yep, green.
That was easy. That was really easy.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of these are easy or not. Who frees Sonic from jail?
Amy.
2. How long does Rouge have to get all 3 Chaos Emeralds from Prison Island?
5 minutes.
Yep. Where does Knuckles first encounter ghastly presences?
I know it's in Egypt, but I don't remember what the stage is called. Pyramid Cave?
Pumpkin Hill.
Pumpkin Hill. Fuck.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, because that's him using rap.
Oh, yeah.
Which 2 characters fight the most boss battles? Remember, I count every part of the game. That's just a note.
So one of them's gonna be Sonic. I don't know who the other one. Shadow has like 2 or... Shadow doesn't have that many boss fights in the entire... I'm gonna say Sonic and Shadow.
Correct. Both of them correct. Who did Shadow make a promise to?
Maria.
Yep. Does the shattering of the Chaos Emerald happen at the right chronological time in Hero Story or Dark Story?
Dark Story.
Yes, correct. I wrote Baldwin for that one. Who is the little robot who tells you how to play the game?
Omochao.
So
yeah, Omochao. 9. Oh, no, that's even I know that one. Who
Fine.
never plays a level in the vicinity of Robotnik space? Never plays a level.
Never plays a level. Shadow.
Yep.
Really? I was thinking Knuckles.
No, Knuckles has the one inside his base where he's looking for keys.
Yeah.
How does Sonic escape from being blown up?
He uses Chaos Control for a fake emerald.
Correct.
How many did I get?
That was all of them.
That's 8.
8!
Damn.
So I only need, on
You
Clannad,
need 4.
Four.
You need 5 to win.
5 to win 4 times. It's Elliot again!
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get it up. Although I think I've picked a hard one for myself for this one. Anyway, you just have to press give up when you start the quiz.
Okay. Wait. Oh, so 1 sec. Play quiz.
And then just say quit at the top.
Wait, hang on. It's whited out for some reason.
Yeah, no, that's...
Do I have to... Oh, right, okay. Right, okay. 1 minute.
No, just select quit. There, see, it's up there.
Oh, yeah, it's just...
Okay, here we go.
Right, so... Hang on.
Need 5 to win.
Where are the questions refused?
There, it's on the side. A bit on the side.
Yeah, it's, for some reason it hasn't... Sorry.
No, the red thing is the answer.
Yeah, but it just...
It will just say something like so-and-so.
Let's go, Balvin.
It doesn't... Yeah,
Let's go, Balvin.
Oh, just read them!
No, because it doesn't... It's
Well,
not,
read what it
It's
says.
not a question. It says becomes a nurse. And
Oh,
then-
who becomes a nurse?
Yeah, it doesn't... They're not written properly. So, who becomes a nurse, presumably?
Oh, it's her sister as well. I don't remember her name. Past that one.
Rio.
Rio, that's it.
Who says that Sunahara's new hair colour is depressing?
Name's Kyo or Kyoko.
Can I need you to...
I think her name's Kyoko.
Nope. Kotomi.
Kotomi, that's it.
Who is the girl in the other world?
It's Ushio.
What's the shiny bread that Nagisa gave to a gang?
Pon Pon.
Hyper Rainbow Bread.
Oh, yeah.
Might be different in the dub, or
No. Pom Pom's Niggi's favourite food. I was kind of gambling on that
okay.
one.
According to a legend, what can an orb of light do?
It's I know this is correct, so they might phrase this wrong. Grant wishes.
Correct. What does Ushio call Akio?
Oh, I don't know what name is for him. Pass.
Aki.
Aki. Right.
In the episode where it shows Nagisa's first junior year, what falls on her head?
I've done an Elliot. I've given myself a really hard one.
Yeah, I think yours is probably the hardest from these.
An apple?
A pan.
Pan.
Who is the robot in the other world?
It's Tomoya.
Yep. While sick, Ushio continuously asks,
To go on a trip.
Yep. Who helps Tomoya get a job?
I don't know his name. I know exactly who it is, and I don't know his name.
You'll know the name from another series.
I'm going to pass it.
Yusuke.
Oh.
How many was that?
Sorry?
How many correct answers?
Oh, is that the last one?
Yeah, that's 10.
Oh, 4. I win!
Yeah,
No,
it's
no,
a
four.
draw,
It's a draw.
it's a draw.
It's a draw.
Yeah.
it's
between
each,
you and
one
me.
Each.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, we both get wildcard.
I'm really upset for Reece now.
That's fine.
I'm upset for me. I got 3.
I mean, again, Reece, I really hope you don't mind.
No, of course not. Yeah.
So wait,
I
who
think-
takes home the belt?
You both go. Oh, I don't know.
So we both get a wild card, but let's have these
Rock,
two.
paper, scissors.
Let's have these two come up with a question for us to compete for a belt.
Who has the best opinions?
Alright, so...
Alright, Elliot wins. No, I'm joking.
Alright.
I think.
So...
Well,
Okay, how about...
what's the question based on?
Yeah.
Hang on a second. How about we pick a console and these guys pick a console and we both guess which game sold the best on that console.
Okay.
And if so, Reece, you want to pick the console?
Let's go the SNES.
The SNES. Which game sold best on SNES? We both take a guess, and whoever picks the game that did the best wins. So we're looking for best number of sales. Elliot,
Super
you wanna go
Mario
first?
World.
You're going to go Super Mario World. I'm going to. I think Super Mario World is the right answer as well. It's really annoying. What could have sold more than Super Mario World on SNES? I'm going to say Donkey Kong Country.
You were third. You were first.
Woo!
The second was Super Mario All Stars.
I was going to say Super Mario All Stars, but I thought that was in limited supply, so they wouldn't have sold it.
Number 4 was Super Mario Kart, and number 5 was Street Fighter 2 World Warrior.
4 years! 4 years! He has taken the belt home! But for the first time, I do!
Well
Can I say, since we are all vaccinated, we would normally shake each other's hand to say that one, but considering right now the situation, it's not appropriate. So
we'll do it in the post filming credits.
So
well, we didn't say 1, 2, 3 or anything.
so I say hand out as in good competition, guys.
Yeah.
Amigos Assemble.
Amigos Assemble. Thank you very much for watching. Next month is our best of the winter season. I got there in the end. And if Reece hasn't killed me by the end of it, we'll pick one for that. Thank you very much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.
Thank you very much.
Take care, everybody.
Goodbye.
Arigatou gozaimasu.